3. We got ignition. 2, 1. We've got R.I.P. Takeoff. R.I.P. Takeoff. Peace and blessings to all his loved ones. We on their ass again, y'all. Mouthpiece Incl is back in the building after a short hiatus. Today we're gonna run through the top 5 National Anthem all time. A lot of Bears player movement, and we got some LeBron talk too. LeGoat, you may refer to him as. I had someone tell me LeGoat is the greatest athlete in human history. He's copper colored. I'll accept that. But hey y'all, please like, share, subscribe. Karen, if you can go ahead and get us moving in the right direction. Y'all, we got some short videos to play. While we're gonna like, share, and subscribe and repost this link, if y'all could take these extra 3 minutes to do that, we humbly appreciate it. Free cheap. 'Cause that's the way it is. That's just big ups to Karen. Things will never be the same.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
This is an open panel, y'all. Pull up, but if you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. That link is pinned in the chat. It's a Zoom link. Just click it.
Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I'm just a kid from the shop.
In entering upon this course of instruction,
Wait a second, Karen. You're doing the wrong thing here. It's all good, though. It's all to the good. Y'all support the self-love show, too. Damn, Karen. You know, if you focus more on your job than calling the police on black men, we'd probably be in a much better place here. All right, stop share. What are y'all doing? That's just, we got a poll, y'all. It's a poll up. It's related to Ryan polls. We'll discuss that shortly. To our general manager, he's taking it up the north and always giving back. I think that was his quote. So, all right, let's go, Karen.
Copyright Act 1976.
We're not gonna watch that again. Like, share, subscribe, please.
I was very, very angry because I was learning about the history of what happened to us, and that's what Roots did to me. It brought a lot of those feelings out of me, and I became very disturbed by it, and I became very angry, and I started to retaliate in school. And it took my mother to come to me and tell me, it's a history, it's something that you should never forget, but you can rise above it and make an impact and make a change and make people aware of the pain that we've endured. But at first I was very disturbed by it, and I retaliated. And as soon as I get in the pool, they would get out of the pool. You don't forget your heritage, but you move forward in trying to make a better life for everyone. And that you always want to be viewed as a person. Reach back and pull someone with you.
That Ain't That Network. Everybody subscribe to That Ain't That Network, man. I'm telling you, those guys are putting some real conscious material out on their YouTube. A lot of people aren't aware of their content, but these are some very smart people that's very conscience forward.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good. Allegedly, that's ignorant.
You know, excuse me for saying so, but you seem kind of transparent.
That's ignorant. I'm just cold.
I'm not shoving it aside, you know, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man. When you come in the arena and you see me play, don't you? You see me give everything I got, right? But we talking about practice right now. We talking about practice. Man, look, I hear you. Practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man.
Alright, what's up, NASCAR fans? I don't know about y'all, but this President Obama is pissing me off. So I'm gonna do some dip and speak my mind. Today I'm gonna be dipping Vagisil regular strength anti-itch cream. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a big digger right there. So I'm pretty pissed off what I found out. I found out this Obama wants to put a bigger tax on gasoline.
That's when all the news came in about being in the South Park episode. Something about being poor and stupid was the theme of the episode.
Bring it on, Earhart. You scared of the competition? I'm just as poor and stupid as you. I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna go fast and I'm gonna turn to the left sometimes.
Can we just get back to the subject of racing, please?
Hell, bring it on, Danica. You dumb bitch think I can't steer left better than you?
We're gonna do Booger of the Week right quick here.
No, wait. Is Justin Fields trash or not? I'm done playing this game. Is he trash or is he not trash?
He's not as good as Russ.
Is he trash?
He's not.
He's one of the worst quarterbacks in football. Is he not?
Does he only watch Justin Fields' lowlights?
I don't know what he watches. I think Justin must have got one of his girlfriends at a party or something, and he's never let go of it. Because why would Justin Fields even be on your radar this year as a topic, unless you're just a Justin Fields hater?
Justin was 4-2. Now, I'm not a math major or anything of that nature. But that matriculates to 11, 12 win season. Well, I went through the comments on that video. People were agreeing with you that they feel like this is personal. Like at this point, if I'm Justin Field and if there's any kids out there, I'm not promoting violence, I would slap the excrement out of his face on sight.
Bring a towel. When you get out of the water, you need to dry off right away to avoid catching a cold. That's what Tally says.
That's right.
Bring a towel. Okay. Thanks, Tally. You want to get high? No.
All right, y'all. We in the building, man. We in the building. Appreciate y'all patience. And thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing to the channel and sharing this link.
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
From the top. Yes, sir. Y'all better get y'all mouthpiece. Pull up. Links pinned in the chat. Excrete your excrement.
Mouthpiece included.
TATN. 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 Better guard your grill.
TATN.
TATN. TATN. Mouthpiece included. TATN. 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 Better guard your grill. TATN. 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 Mouthpiece included. TATN. 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 Better guard your grill. TATN. TATN. TATN.
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
All right, y'all. Self-love vision. Self-love vision in the building. TATN. 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 What a great way to start on the left coast, y'all. Welcome to Mouthpiece Included. This is a pod where we talk polytricks. That's a fusion of sports, polytricks, and everything in between the superposition. Today, we're setting the stage to celebrate the most iconic renditions of the National Anthem. Performances that just that didn't just precede the game, but became legendary in their own right. We'll explore the top five versions that struck a chord with a nation, redefining patriotism through powerful vocals and unforgettable interpretations. But the conversation won't stop at the anthems. At the anthems end, we're going to be shifting our focus. Oh, Winnie in the butt. We're gonna be shifting our focus to the gridiron. We're going to zero in on the Chicago Bears offseason moves vis-a-vis Ryan Poles and Big Ben Johnson, our new coach. Which potential free agents could turn the table for our team and ignite a new era of success right there in the Windy City? And then we'll take a long, hard look at the National Football League Slave Combine. Okay. It's a critical showcase for emerging talent, or has it become an outdated ritual that doesn't serve today's athlete? We'll unpack why this storied event might be missing the mark and what this means for the future of the National Football League and these United States of America. Get ready for a thought-provoking journey that hits all the highs and lows of the sports world. Plus, we got some hot political polytrick topics making headlines this week. So, this is an open panel. The link is pinned in the chat. If you still got yours, like we've got ours, click on that, pop out, and excrete your excrement. Or, if you're bashful, feel free to drop comments into the chat. We love it when it's interactive. This helps us keep the show going. So, stand down, stand back, stand by, or pull up. But if you do pull up, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do me a favor, smash that like button. Appreciate y'all. The views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. So grab your mouthpiece and let's go ahead and get this started. Let's get perennial All-Pro Dad of the Year. Probably going to be headed to the Dad Hall of Fame. You know, maybe we should start that, Ace. The Dad Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan's dad. You know what I'm saying? Einstein's dad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody was doing something out there. What's going on, fella?
Candidates and non-candidates out there. Everything's good, man. It's fantastic. Nothing's beautiful here in Chi-Town, Chirac, or Chirilla, whatever you want to damn call it.
Shy Nagasaki.
Yeah. We're going 60s all week, so that means.
You mean like the Rolling 60s?
Yeah.
You talking about the Crips? Can we say Rolling 60s on the show?
You can't say that on YouTube.
Okay. Big ups to the Rolling 60s and all their ops. You know what I mean? We love all y'all. We mean that from our heart. You know what I mean?
Like, share, subscribe to all of your different sects all over the
That's right. Pop up. Yeah.
North America, and Canada, and South America, and wherever the hell y'all rolling at.
That's right. Because the Crips and their ops probably enjoy sports, huh, fella?
Absolutely. They got some athletes involved in professional sports, some that didn't make it to professional sports, and but still have the talent, and some who, have the talent and just chose to go into another line of work. So, hey, shout out to anybody watching, Mouthpiece included. Come on down and bring your mouthpiece. Also, like, share, and subscribe. But everything's good here in Chi, man. I can't complain at all.
That's what's up, man. We got a poll on the channel, y'all. I'll put the link in the thing for y'all to vote. Who's most responsible? Save your answer for the end, Ace. Who's most responsible for former Bear head coach Matt Eberflush abject coaching failure? Option number 1, Poles taking it up the end. Wait, Poles taking it up the end, giving back. Poles taking it up the and giving back. That's option number 1. Eberpuss, field goals don't win games. That was a quote from him. He's a defensive guy, allegedly. JF, the artist formerly known as JF1, who's now JF2. Hero ball. Heroes in quotes, because we know that means Negro ball. And then, of course, unsure, I'm straddling the fence with my bum. So we do have someone who's some people who have voted that they're straddling the fence with their bum. So you guys, I'm going to drop this link into the chat. So do me a big favor. Click on that link real quick. Don't cost nothing to vote. Let's see if I can get it. Come on, Gerardo. There we go. And there's the link. All you got to do is click that link, vote, let us know how you feel, taking it up the end and never giving it back. Right now is leading the charge here. All right, we got Corch, one of the sponsors is in the building, Big Jim Recovery. What's going on there, fella?
Jim Recovery bought him a new tow truck, boy.
Yeah, Jim Recovery, boy, man, he in it. He invested.
Hey, I had to invest, man. You know, I held on to my daddy's truck, one of the last trucks that he bought before he died, you know, for the longest.
Sentimental value.
And money I was paying with repairs and credit cards, and you know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta just stop the cycle.
At some point, your dad said, "Boy, I raised you better than this. You go out there and get you a new truck. You're losing money."
I'm actually thinking, Coach, I'm going to buy me a brand new truck. This is a 2021. I think I'm gonna upgrade. I think I'm gonna get a year out this thing, maybe 2 years, to get me a brand new.
Maybe you can get an EV tow truck. They got those yet?
I went on and invested now, so it ain't no turning back, Coach. You know, when I die, it's somebody else's problem.
I just send the truck out there.
I might as well live. What you say there, Ace? What you say there, Ace? I'm from Chicago, man.
Yeah. So am I. You can send your truck right out there.
We're all from Chicago. What's wrong with you? All right. LeBron, or LeGoat, or LeBrain, or LeBrand, whatever you call him. He made a comment, and basically he was suggesting that it's the media's negativity towards the NBA game, which is why you guys may not be watching basketball as much as you did in the past. Any commentary on that?
Yeah, the game stinks. Anybody who watches the game, has watched it in the past and watching it now, can see that they've ruined the game with the 3-point shot and going and shooting the damn ball from half court and taking 50, 63 pointers a game. You know, if they don't want to take responsibility for that, then I don't know what the LeBron is talking about, but it's the maturation of the game to the 3-point line that's killed it for me. So
right, hey, my volume messed up. Give me a minute. Okay. I heard y'all talk about LeBron. Go ahead and talk. I got you.
You might leave and come back or something, bro. But here's the thing. Is this more of a league issue? You remember when people were playing D and not giving up an inch, the league decided, this is boring. Nobody likes this. And then they changed all of the rules, and then the AAU started telling the kids, nobody cares about defense.
Nobody. Let's go out there, get to the 3-point line and jack that thing up and try and get a long rebound and pass it back out to the 3-point line and jack that thing
Jack it up. Wait, take a step back. You're at the 3, step back further away from the rim, and then jack it up.
Jack. If it goes in, great. If it doesn't, it's a better shot than hitting the mid-range or getting a layup.
And then when it misses, it's a long rebound. They're on the break. The other team has a 2-on-1, and then they kick it out for the step back 3.
It's absolutely disgusting to watch.
I mean, if it's like going to watching pickup games, you know what I mean? The brand of basketball that they said hot sauce and those guys on the hallowed courts of Rucker, in New York. You know what I mean? That was hero ball. Now it's, okay.
It's everywhere. It's the G League. It's college. It's the NBA. Everybody wants to go right out there and jack that thing up as many times as they can. Analytics. Can we say analytics? Analytics on YouTube.
We can.
Analytics has determined that the three-pointer is a better shot than trying to get a dunk or a layup or a mid-range jump shot.
All right, Corch. What's your take? Is it the media's fault that Trump's being attacked? I mean, is it the media's fault that the NBA's viewing and ratings is down there, fella? The fake news?
Fake news.
Hold on. You're on mute, fella. Unmute that.
I'm kind of going on what Ace said, but you know, I remember back in the day we used to go ABC or NBC, and you can watch the game on Saturday and Sundays, and everybody was looking forward to, you know, free TV. You know, you got all this Prime Video, and everybody you got to link up to something to watch the game and stuff like that. If you don't have TNT, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but is LeBron part of the problem? Because when they was in the bubble, he was wearing all that woke stuff on his. You know, remember all that? Do you think that hurt the ratings, fella?
I'm gonna go 50-50 on that because I don't agree with a lot of the things that some of the NBA and NFL you know do when it comes down to politics. I think that when I want to go to a game, I just want to watch a game. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want politics introduced into the sport. You know what I mean? So, and I was watching the game last night with LeBron, and he had a little growing injury. I'm like, man, why is LeBron not in the game? He just scored 50,000 points. Why is LeBron not in the game?
Well, yeah, that's what we were just about to go to. So go ahead. We're talking about LeBron's Penix. He had a Michael Penix injury. He injured his Penix yesterday. Go ahead though. Go on and throw it to you, Ace.
I'm like, well, why he not in the game? This is what I be talking about.
He hurt his Penix.
But so what? Jordan be in the game.
What do you mean? So what?
Man, so what? Jordan be in the game, bro. You saw Jordan doing that in the Utah series with the flu and food poisoning and everything. They could barely hold him up.
LeBron's 67 years old. All right, Ace, what's your take on LeBron's Penix injury, and how do you think it's going to affect the Lakers? He said he'll be back hopefully in a week or two.
I understand Coach's point of view. I mean, Jordan was running up and down the court with one leg at 40 years old, scoring 20 plus points a game. But sometimes the deer antler spray doesn't work for the Penix, and you got to take some time off. So take whatever time you need off if you got a real injury, and work your way back because you're trying. You're trying to make some hay in the Western Conference. I mean, they've come out there and did their thing since Luka's been there. So take some time off, get healthy, let Luka do his thing with the team, and see how you look without LeBron, because that's what's going to happen in the next year or two. So
yeah, this might be good, man. Luka can, but his back, he started having a lower back injury that game too. So, man, I can tell you one thing, bro. The LA Lakers tickets are way up if the Bulls are watching. Man, there's a buzz in LA again, man. People are just clamoring to go to the games and stuff. And we don't do stuff like that. I told y'all we should have got the guy who they was calling overweight out of Duke. And he's balling right now. I told y'all, man, when everybody was low on him, that's what the smart GM does when he has a crap hole team.
We're tanking. We don't give a damn about Zion. We're tanking.
Man, Zion, boy, y'all don't believe the media. Don't believe the fake news. The fake news said Donald Trump was going to lose both elections, didn't it, Corch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all believe in fake news. Man, hey, what you gonna do when you get these $5,000 DOD Dodge check?
Yeah, I'm gonna invest it in something.
Take it. You gonna take it?
You damn right, I'm gonna take it.
The motherfuckers got $20 million for Sesame Street in Iraq, $43 million. Afghanistan gas station. That's
$43. $43. You worried about that?
$43 million.
Oh, okay. That's nothing in the big scope of American.
Your tax dollars. Your tax dollars. We ain't got to talk about your tax dollars in California. Yeah, homeboy. Shit.
You know how much your guy added to the deficit? $6 trillion.
Trillion.
Doesn't matter.
Is like 5 cents.
He said it don't matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They've been doing it. They've been doing that shit all along. And I see you getting on. I see you doing the overtime there, coach. Huh?
Well, I'm an American independent, and I'm going to rub my bum on the fence on this one. And you know, when you zoom out, everything he's doing and saying, I'm with. Not everything. Let me correct that. But when you zoom in, you realize, like Ace posted, the plane. What's his fantasy, boss? His fantasy is that this rich oligarch is going to care about anyone in this country and is going to do any of the things he says he's going to do. We're still waiting on the wall that he said Mexico was going to build. He said Mexico was going to pay for it. The plane. All right, let's move past that. All right. Is LeBron? So I came across somebody who was swinging from LeBron's nuts. I don't know if we can we say that?
Yeah, I mean nuts.
You just said it. Shit.
Okay. Well, he was swinging from his nuts, which is fine because again, LeBron's copper colored. I support all us. Yeah. But when he asserted, and he was from some shithole country. Let me throw that out there. He might have been like 25 at the oldest. And he said LeBron James is the greatest human athlete in human history. What's you guys' take on that? And throw out some names that, you know, jump out at you as better athletes.
I'll go first. I'll say that
you better not say Robbie Gold.
No. I'll say that LeBron James is a great athlete. Because he did meet your milestone with 50,000 points scored in the NBA, and no one is ever going to catch that. Yeah, so, far as no, they're not. As far as I'm concerned, that LeBron James is a great athlete. That's far as I go.
We're talking about the greatest athlete in human history.
Well, I would say LeBron James.
Oh, so you agree with the take?
Yeah.
LeBron's a greater athlete than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You're gonna sit right here and say it. He's greater than Brent Favre. He's greater than Robbie Gold.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Walter Payton, Jesse Owens. All right. All right. You made your take. Ace, I want to hear your take on that.
We're talking 20 years here, coach. 20 years.
Okay. Longevity makes you the greatest athlete. Longevity makes you the greatest athlete.
Yeah, makes you the greatest athlete.
Okay. All right.
Ace. Better athlete than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know, I understand you Packer backers and Milwaukee fans and people may you know, come along thinking that longevity and scoring a lot of damn points and going into the playoffs and not winning year after year makes you a great athlete, but there's no greater athlete in the history of athletes for marketing, playing on the court, globalization of a game than Michael Jordan.
Marketing what, coach? Marketing what? Marketing what?
The game of basketball. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to him because his main thrust was the longevity, right? And I said, well, all right, you got to consider Jackie Robinson. You know, he didn't know his sports history. Again, he's from a shithole country. And but you're not, coach. You know, my point was if you're going to talk longevity, then why don't we talk Jackie Robinson? You know, we were on the end of Black History, Copper Colored History Month, and I mentioned Jackie Robinson, and what I said was by the time Jackie Robinson got into the major leagues, past all the racism in this country before you got here from your shithole country, Jackie Robinson was already like 47 years old when he got to the majors. You know, I'm using hyperbole, but okay, if you're using longevity as a standard, I can't help but think of Jesse Owens. I can't help but think of Deion Sanders. I can't help but think of Bo Jackson. we're talking greatest athlete in human history.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I'm still going to go with LeBron, man.
Okay.
Just for the longevity. I'm just going to 20. We talking 20 years here, 21 years.
Yeah.
Give or take 22. I guess I know I'm right around the.
Kareem played damn near as long as.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know, only thing I got a problem with LeBron James is he don't ever be in the game in crucial situations.
Yeah, but you just call him the greatest athlete in human history. So there you go. You're contradicting yourself. He's not in a game. He's loafing. Yeah, there you go.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm not.
You could play 20 years if you got a little tweak and you decided I'm not going to play. Rub me with the deer antler spray. Let me get in my cryogenic machine and loaf on defense.
If you get to 147 years old towing, it's going to be some days you're not going to want to go out there. It's going to be cold.
Correct.
You're gonna bump your Penix against the truck or something, and then you're gonna be like, "Hey, I got to take some time off."
Okay. Hey, Ace, do you know this 147-year-olds getting Social Security check and somebody cashing it?
Yeah, is that what they told you on Fox?
Oh boy, here you go. It's Fox stuff.
Well, speaking of Fox, you guys, that's a great transition. All right. Republican lawmakers are allegedly receiving death threats. Seems like the wacky left court is ready to storm the Capitol, huh? How would you feel about that if they went and wiped poop all over the walls and threatened those Republicans in there? How would that make you feel?
Well, that would make me feel horrible because that's the reason why I left the Democratic Party in 2018.
How did it make you feel when the Republicans did it?
Well, the Republicans, they lick their wounds and they move on.
No, they stormed the Capitol and wiped poops on the wall.
Yeah, but we talking about COVID here. Let's not forget it was a major pandemic going on.
Oh, so that's what made them storm the Capitol and rub poop.
I'm not gonna. If it wasn't a major pandemic on that situation, then I'm not gonna go with that.
All right, Ace. Republican lawmakers reaping it, Murphy, you SOB. They're reaping it. They're scared, allegedly, that they're receiving death threats, probably from the wacky left, the anarchists. What's your take on this, Ace?
I mean, what are they scared of? I mean, they got what they wanted. They have the majority of the House, the majority of the Senate. They got my damn mayor down in D.C. grilling him like he's poor and stupid. And,
okay, Ace. Do you know that our mayor's got a 6% rating, the lowest politician ever?
He's got a 6% approval rating.
A 6% approval rating. This is on all your mainstream media.
Yeah, he's an idiot. But what's the president's rating?
Wait a minute. Is mainstream media fake news or not?
It's fake news.
Fake news.
Okay, so you're going to quote the mainstream media when it supports your position, and then
the mainstream media supports the lefties. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm going to support that.
But the mainstream media said he's only got a 6% approval rating.
Yes, he's got the lowest approval rating in all politicians, and any politician in the United States of America today. He needs to turn it around. He better turn it around because he's got 2 more years. So obviously, looking at those numbers, he won't be mayor in the next 3 years.
Okay. Well,
period.
Nobody called my house.
$22 billion for.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Trump on this one. Nobody's ever polled me. Where are the polls? Where are the polls? I mean, everybody I talk to say, where are the polls? Everybody I talk to say they've never been polled. I've never been polled. You've never been polled. I mean, All right, but enough of him. All right, I want to ask you guys this. Last thing on LeBron. He was courtside. Stephen A. Coon was at the Lakers game. LeBron went and stood over him, and he said words that Stephen A. Smith said he can't repeat, and he punked him. And he said it was about going in on his son his 13-year-old son, who's not a grown man, Bronny James, who's now in the league. I'll start with you, Ace. What's your take on LeBron? You're a father, and you too, Corch. But I'll start with Ace. What's your take as a dad and then as a sports fan of LeBron standing over Stephen A. Coon and threatening them for saying quote unquote negative things about his beloved son? And I met Bronny, and Bronny is a really good kid. I've always said that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in an arena of professional athlete, so he has to stand up to criticism, whether it's from Stephen A. Smith or Pink A. Smith or Magbar A. Smith. He's got to stand up to criticism as a professional athlete. And and I've stated on here that he wasn't ready to be in the NBA. Maybe they had a plan for the G League, and he's doing okay there, but he has to stand up to the criticism of his ascension into the NBA, his drafting into the NBA based on his quote unquote nepotism. So, if LeBron wasn't ready for that when the draft happened, and he's not ready for it at this point of the season, then LeBron, take a big cup of STFU and don't
Sip it slow.
Don't intimidate this little man at a damn Lakers game, knowing that you're 6'8" and he's 5'10", and come up in and tell him about your son. Voice your opinion,
On your podcast,
but don't try and intimidate.
Stand over him, yeah.
In front of the cameras, come on, man.
Right, you're big and strong, and might be on deer antler spray, and you're intimidating this little man. I mean, come on. All right, I'm not a dad, and I want to hear your take, Coach. But before you go, I did want to add this. I had a sports fan say, "Man, why is LeBron's son playing with the G League when when the Lakers are on the road, but then for the home games he's traveling with the team?" And you know what I told him? I said, because LeBron's probably got a double life as a lot of those professional athletes, and he probably realized once he got his son on the team, like, damn, I can't be tricking off when I'm on the road with my son here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, LeBron's having his cake and eating it too, in my opinion. But go ahead, Corch. What's your take on LeBron standing over Stephen A. Coon, who you like?
Well,
You like Stephen A. Coon.
I like Stephen A. Well, first of all, that's his son and that's his father. So his father's going to do what his son is going to, what he's going to do for his son. So regardless of,
Well, should he retire if he wants to take this approach? I mean,
I don't think he should retire, but I think that that's his son, so he's gonna maybe have a double life. I have a double life with my daughter, so some things that I can agree with who I'm with right now and with my daughter, and some things that can't be agreed. So sometimes you gotta just go out and do your thing on your own.
Well, and to your point, let me ask you this then, because that's a daughter, and I don't want to make it different and sounds misogynistic. But what about a young man? Cannot Bronny speak for himself? Like, I know that's it's a dynamic. I never really had my dad in my life like that, and then I don't have a son, so there's a dynamic there. Like, at what point do you allow your son to be a man and go through what you went through? Because he's grown now. You understand what I'm saying? He's making his own money. At what point are you not, like, Bronny's very humble? I don't know. That's my question. Why don't you let the son handle it because he's a man now? Or do you not think he's a man?
Well, if it wasn't for his father, he wouldn't have the money. And as far as I'm concerned, he don't need the money. Let's just put that out there. He don't need the money. Now, as far as him
we don't pocket watch around here.
As far as the Stephen A. thing, Stephen A. is being one of the nominators for the lead the Democratic Party. You know what I mean? So Stephen A. The Democratic Party is in trouble, homeboy.
Yeah, they've
There you
been
go.
throwing Stephen A's name in the hat to
There
run
you
out
go.
there
He tried to
and
run
tell the
out there with
Democrats,
that.
you got to vote for him because he's black.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So I got another take on this when you guys are done.
I'd love to hear it. Go ahead, bro.
Well, my take is on this it was a totally LeBron-based decision and selfishness on LeBron that Bryce isn't facing right now. That Bronny was forced to ride up into the NBA and get drafted by the Lakers and go through this where he's averaging 0.2 points a game and 0.2 rebounds and 0.2 assists a game because his dad wanted him in there to be a figurehead for a father and son playing together in the NBA, a la Griffey Sr. and Griffey Jr. And luckily, Bryce doesn't have to fight to face this. He has a chance to go to college, develop his skills, develop his ability to maybe one day probably be better than his brother in the NBA because he had a chance to develop his skills. So to go after Stephen A. Smith, when you orchestrated this whole damn thing to get your son there to put yourself in history books in the NBA versus the MLB with the Griffeys, it's a narcissistic point of view that LeBron has, that he goes after this guy to make himself look like dad of the year to protect his son when all of this was orchestrated by him to change the history books. And we all know that Bronny should have stayed in college until it was his time to graduate, develop his skills, or really be ready to play in the NBA.
well, just to piggyback on you, Ace, that to go after the potential leader or the nominee of the Democratic Party, which he
Nobody
is.
cares about that.
Oh, okay, well, all right.
He's not the leader. All right. But what were you saying? To go after him. All right. Go ahead with your thought. We didn't mean to step on your wisdom, bro.
To go after him, you know what I mean? I mean, he could potentially be the leader of the Democratic Party, bro.
Well, here's my question.
They don't have any leaders.
The one thing I agree with Stephen A., and I think that's what Ace is intimating, because he's a Hall of Fame dad, as you both are. Stephen A. even said it, and I rarely agree with this man. But he said, his people got my number. You know what I mean? He could have reached out to me, but to run up on me like that, bro, and he's run up on people like that. And I don't understand, man. If you walk up on the wrong person, they're going to give him a quick 2-piece.
Yeah. They could have kicked him in the Phoenix, and I'm saying he really would have been out a little bit earlier. Yeah,
because he said he's used all kind of language and everything. So now I'm supposed to be intimidated to do my job as a journalist and report. And Stephen A. said what he was saying is that, and I think this is what got LeBron mad. Stephen A.'s whole position was, LeBron, you put your son in this position.
He did.
He came out there and said, my son is better than a lot of NBA players. And to Ace's point, you're looking at 0.02 points a game, and you know what I mean? He could have been at SC, man, still balling up there and hanging out with Juju.
Yeah.
And
whatever the hell, that movie they could have made it. But yeah.
Since he doesn't need the money, Corch, like you said, right?
You don't need money. Money is no object.
But if so, then obviously this is, to Ace's point, which I'm really agreeing with. It seems like this is more about LeBron's fantasy as opposed to allowing his child to live out his NBA dream. But I hear you. As a father, I don't know what I would have done. All right, but let's move on. We got Diesel popping up. He wants to talk about LeBron.
Diesel, that's my man, my main man, my main man. All right.
But he likes to straddle the fence with his bum. He's a fence straddler with his bum. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna comment on it. I don't do goat conversations. Blah blah blah. These Wees, what up, famo? Simeon in the building. Let me get him unmuted. What's going on, fella? What's grinding your gears? What made you pop up all of a sudden?
Well, I just happened to look up and see that I seen Ace in the Hole and Jeremiah Mercer live, so I said, let me join in. You know?
Jeremiah Mercer. We're talking about LeBron James standing over Stephen A. Smith and using words that Stephen A. said he can't repeat at the Lakers game right there in front of the world, other kids. And he was saying, stop going in on my son, essentially. What's your take on that there, fella?
LeBron should be suspended. If you base that on previous players who ran up on media like that and addressed them, they've been suspended. Fine.
You're raising a good point. Are you saying if Stephen A. was pink or white, it would be a different reaction to this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Only thing is, Stephen A. he downplayed it. He's smarter than we give him credit for, because he knew at that, and we didn't realize it, but that was in the fourth quarter when he did that. I thought it was like pregame or, but no, that was in the fourth quarter when he walked up to him. And he just downplayed it, and he knew that if he reacted any kind of way, that it would have escalated and been an even bigger thing. But
he knew if he would have reacted, he'd have got his bum beat. But go ahead, fella.
Well, maybe so, but he keeps security with him, so it ain't like he would have been able to just.
He sure does
beat him down like that.
I've seen him in his security too. Those some big guys, bro.
And he's got, LeBron's got like selective picking and choosing who he wants to battle with or whatever, because there's been plenty of the press and the public that's been calling out him and his son worse than Stephen A. did. And Stephen A. was just basically blaming LeBron for all his problems. That his son's getting the heat.
Correct.
That he took it there as if he was addressing him. He's got plenty of other people that if he wanted to, he could walk up on them that same way and give them the same energy that he tried to give Stephen A.
You think he would have walked up on Charles Oakley like that, fella?
Not a chance in hell. No. He's picking and choosing. He's picking who he wants to walk up on. And trust me, there's been people going a lot harder than Stephen A. on his son.
Facts.
Stephen A. was actually in favor of him just because of who he is and what he did for the league, to have his son show up that first game so they could be on the court together. But then he was like, okay, but after that, you send him down. And you don't bring him back up until he's ready, because he's not ready. And the Lakers done tried to bring him up a few times.
Well, he accomplished what he wanted to do, though, or Debo. You know what I mean? Father and son, the first father and son duo on the same team. He did accomplish that. So, whether he go back to G League, D League, or A League, it doesn't matter. He already did it.
Right.
He went down in history as far as, having his son on the same team with him. You know what I mean?
Well, we got the Simeon guy here, and I want to ask him one other question I asked you guys. Is LeBron James the greatest athlete in human history, in your mind, Diesel?
No.
So who is?
What he's doing, I don't think you can. You gotta go. When you say athlete, you got to go to each sport or whatever.
Yes, track, everything, Olympics.
You can't just pick out a particular sport. Now, his longevity, I'll give him credit for his longevity playing like that. But again, if you go to eras, if you're playing in them other eras, how much longevity are you going to get?
Correct.
Playing in those eras where you got beat up.
Correct.
It was really hard to get a foul.
You had men down there, bigs who were men. All they did was lift weights.
And ones that came off the bench that just put it on you. to make you feel their pain if you like going off ridiculously. So no, and if you want to say this newer generation of players since like 2000, if you want to crown them, you could go ahead and crown them for that generation. But as far as like overall athlete, no, I wouldn't say that. No, you gotta go sport to sport, and then you can also go generation to generation.
You don't think it's long, you don't think it's longevity as far as 20 years, what kind of overruled or what you're saying?
No, he doesn't.
No. It's because his longevity is in this era of these players. So if you think about what these players do now, a lot of times they don't. It's just not. So the game's been catered to. It's actually catered to give you more longevity than you ever could have had before. They go ahead.
Greatest athlete.
Say again.
So who is the greatest athlete?
Yeah, he's saying who can throw some names out there.
Manny Minosa played in 4 different decades.
That's what I'm saying. Jackie Robinson played for 40 years, man.
Yeah, but again, you got to go eras. I don't like to just say a general, and that's part of the problem in this day and age in sports. Everybody wants to say, this guy's a GOAT. This guy's a GOAT. It's just thrown around too loosely. So I don't even do that. So if you
generational's thrown around loosely too.
Yes, it is.
I just want to take this real quick. These are some athletes. We had the Oscars a couple weeks ago. These are athletes that took home the Oscars. So big ups to rest in peace, Kobe Bean. Yeah. So believe it or not, Denzel Washington. He never played sports. Well, I'm sure he did probably when he was poor and stupid. But I don't know who these guys are, but they all took home Oscars. So big ups to all the athlete Oscar winners. Coach BJ, I got a video I want to run for y'all first. We're talking about Coach Ben Johnson. We're not talking about your mayor, Coach. We're talking about Coach Ben Johnson. And I'm going to run this quick video, and then I want to get you guys' quick take on this, if you don't mind. Let's see here. Ben Johnson. Let's see. Ben Johnson. You the boss. Da-da-da-da. All right. There we go. Ben Johnson. There we go. I think you guys we're not sharing. All right, here we go. Share. And I just want to get you guys' opinion. You guys are Chicago guys. As Coach said, I've been living in LA probably as long as I've been living in Chi at some point. So I want to hear from the Chicago people who are still in the trenches, so to speak. All right. LeBron James. Ben Johnson. Coach BJ.
From Detroit, now you're in Chicago. How would you compare Detroit-style pizza? You're from Detroit, now you're in Chicago. How would you compare Detroit-style pizza with some of that Chicago deep dish?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with deep dish. 100%. Sausage, that's the way to go.
Sausage, not pepperoni.
Oh, yeah. Not
okay.
Pepperoni. No.
Which is? Can I ask you which is better? Detroit, Chicago?
Chicago, for sure.
Ah, there you go. Right answer.
Now to a game where one
All right,
team
let me
scored
close
more
this
than
and then
5
just get y'all a quick
touchdowns worth of
take. We don't
points.
want
It doesn't seem like
come on,
much
Karen.
until
Hold on.
you learn it.
We don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I was smitten, bro. He's taking shots at Jared Goff. He's taking shots at the Packers. You know what I'm saying? But what's your take on that, or just Ben Johnson overall so far?
Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he came in as a loser. That's number one. And everybody wants to say
You sound like Donald Trump.
NFC North was the best division in football. And everybody, you know what they say in Wisconsin? Even the Green Bay Packer fans, we were phony. We were the phony division. We were the phony division. Plain and simple. All of them lost their first game. The Packers lost, the Vikings lost, the Lions lost. He come running to Chicago.
Did you come on this show and mention the Green Bay Packers fans' opinions? FGB. All right, but go ahead. You kidding me?
I'm just saying. He come here running. He's a loser, man. You come here, man. Win a playoff game. Win a playoff game. Y'all, what was their record? 14-2, 15-1. Win a playoff game, bro.
Well, to his defense, their defense, they had no defense. All their play, they never had. I don't think they've had that many people hurt on defense
in the history of
in the history of the NFL. Like their whole defense, if you counted their roster for defensive players, maybe the full starters plus almost all of the backups in total of numbers. That's how many people they had hurt.
They was pulling guys off the ice cream truck. You guys driving Uber. They was pulling them off and putting them on the football field.
So
bro.
they couldn't really stop anybody.
Game of the playoffs, and they
couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't stop anybody. Not to mention David Montgomery was hurt too. So,
but man, dude, you 14-1. You 14-2. What was they? 15-1. Come on, man.
Yeah, but again, by the time you got to the playoffs, you literally had none of the defensive starters and really half of the backups, if that. They were all hurt, all of them. So who could you stop?
Especially by the time you get to the playoffs, if your attrition is on your defensive side and defense wins championships, you have no chance of winning championships if your whole defensive side of the ball is on injured reserve. So.
Now, if you go back the year before, what did they do? They won a couple of playoff games and got to the NFC Championship and basically had that game won and blew it from their crazy coach.
Is anyone on this panel willing to cape for Detroit pizza over Chicago style pizza?
No, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Smart move, Coach BJ. Smart move. But go ahead, y'all. I didn't mean to cut you off. My bad.
No, so now he get to call the shots because he wasn't calling the full shots for that game that they lost in San Francisco when they had a bona fide lead. Now he's the one get to make all of the decisions. So we'll see how it goes.
He gets to put a team together. I mean, they've made a couple of moves. I know we're going to segue later into the picks they've made in free agency, allegedly, because nothing's solidified until, I guess, next week or the week after. But, the alleged guys they got in free agency through trade, hey, it's a step up from what we had last year, definitely.
Facts. All right, this is a video sent to us by our one of our Chicago correspondents, Big Ace. I think he sent it, but here we go. Karen.
Where one team scored more than 5 touchdowns worth of points. It doesn't seem like much until you learn it was a hockey game. Now some parents are calling foul. CBS News Detroit's Terrell Bailey spoke with a parent at that game.
Boy, LeBron would have stood over somebody.
2 Tier 1 hockey teams battled it out Wednesday while Little Caesars got the W over Belle Tire. It's the 0-43 score. That's the talker.
There are plenty of people who just give up and would have given up in that situation, and none of our kids did, and that's a testament to the Belle Tire program and our coaches.
He's never laced them
up.
up.
The game between Belle Tire and Little Caesars has caught many by surprise. Some criticize the game, while others say that's sports.
It was all 16-minute periods. There was no run clock. It wasn't any faster than that. And there was no mercy rule. So we were playing within the rules of the tournament.
Lonnie Scott's son Landon is the goalie for Belle Tire. Landon has played hockey for nearly a decade. Though the team suffered a loss, Lonnie says his son left mentally strong.
141 shots is an incredible amount of shots. 98 saves. He got close to making 100.
Yeah, he gave up 43. Go ahead.
Saves in that game.
The game has attracted plenty of chatter online. I talked with one traveling hockey parent that wants to remain anonymous out of fear of retribution. They had this to say. I truly believe something like that should never happen, especially at the AAA level. There were many ways to prevent that kind of score line, something as simple as having their players switch hands. The Belle Tire kids should never have had to endure that experience. It's embarrassing, and I think the parents and coaches involved should have done more to control it. We have to do better as adults as we try to motivate, inspire, and help these young boys develop into men.
It's about more than just hockey, and they're developing as people, and adversity is something that they're going to face all the time.
Wednesday's game, Lonnie believes, was just a bump in the road. He's shocked at the outreach he's received from the hockey community.
The thing I want most out of this is for people to really take a step back and look at what really happened. It was a great team. Little Caesars is a good team, and our team never quit.
According to MyHockeyRankings.com, Little Caesars ranks first in the U.S. Belle Tire sits at 301. But Lonnie says there's no other team he'd have coaching his son.
He didn't give up, and neither did the rest of his teammates.
Terrell Bailey, CBS News, Detroit.
All right,
Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield.
What's y'all take?
I'll equate it to baseball. There's different levels of play. And baseball tournaments, you got A, double A, B's. I mean, apparently this team isn't a triple A team, so they move down in division and compete with players that they can compete with. Whether I don't know how it goes for hockey, they're in triple A, maybe they need to move down to double A, but there's no reason for them to be the 301st ranked team and going against the number one team and giving up 43 goals. They need to move down, work on their skills and talent and develop, and maybe the following year they can go up to AAA. But the parents are delusional that they're going to send their kids out there against AAA teams, get their ass kicked every damn weekend.
My question is, do they switch positions? Because my God, if your son is giving up that many goals, you would think you got somebody who can play the backup goalie, and you can just, hey, we switching. All right, you go.
It's
and do
not the
this
kid's fault. He had a lot of saves, bro. I mean,
yeah, he did have a lot of saves, but at the same time, after you gave up like 15 goals, right?
Yeah.
Just for the
I
mentality,
see
like,
what you're saying.
hey,
After 20 goals, hey, kid.
they do it in the NHL all the time, even the best ones.
Or
When they have a
a
bad
pitcher.
game,
Yeah, you take them off
they take them out so you don't get all messed up. He giving up 40-something goals for a whole game. And the dad's like, hey, he was still.
Well, I want to hear from Coach too, because he likes to run the score up on Madden. He doesn't have any class out there. So here's my question, Coach. Well, I want to hear your take, but my question is, how do you feel about the running of the score and the suggestion that maybe the kids on the other team should have started playing left-handed, off-handed?
Well, I wouldn't agree with that. They're just flat out bums. I mean, you tell me all the time, I'm Lutheran. I was in Division 3. You know what I mean? You tell me if I go up to get Division 1, then I'm gonna get blasted. Yeah, we gonna get
You're gonna get bum rate.
But that's right. That's right. So it is what it is. I mean, what you gonna say? Now, I don't agree.
We had Slaughter at Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray, 10-run Slaughter, and we used to Slaughter teams. And I hated it being on the other end of that because we were winning. Why do I have to not get my numbers up? But go ahead, Coach.
Well, if I was, I played Division 3 football, so obviously, if we went up against Division 1, they were gonna beat the crap out of us, man. You know that.
What position did you play, and what were your measurables? How long were your arms, and how many pounds did you weigh, and how much could you bench press?
I was running back, Coach. I played in the box. I was defensive end, nose tackle, went all conference, offensive guard.
He was in the Lutheran League, Simeon. All right.
I was Lutheran League,
Diesel would have been the best player in every sport in the Lutheran League. Big ups to the Lutherans out there. All right. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. They should have called the game. Like, I don't know. I think this is on the other coach. It's on the opposing coach. He didn't have to run it up like that, bro. He could have put all the bums in and told them to play left-handed. Yeah.
Like I said, it's different levels of play in hockey, and the team was in the wrong level of play. In hockey, you have different lines. You got 1, 2, 3 different lines that come out there before, all those players get all the way down to the goal damn keeper. These guys are supposed to be playing defense against the other team. So, they just weren't in the level of play. And it was their first game of the season. So they weren't in the level of play of the team they were playing. So, yeah, it's on the coaches and the parents' fault to talk to the coaches about the level of play that they're in, and maybe they need to be moved down to the level of play that they need to be in.
And I think it's a good lesson for these kids because, we talk about this trophy generation and everything. Yeah, go out there and get the brakes beat off of you, and then maybe I'll have your attention in practice, and you know what I mean? And I don't know. Yeah. Because I like the coach's position. He said, man, these are life lessons. Sometimes you're going to get the brakes beat off. Sometimes it's going to happen.
In the damn country. If you're not ready to play the number one team in the country, what's going to happen? Gotta beat the damn brakes off of
So
you.
you're saying it's like if our Eisenhower team was dragged in there against Chicago Simeon at Simeon and they're 40, we expect Bob Hamrick to tell the players to start shooting with their offhand. That would be more embarrassing than just playing the game out, in my opinion.
Right. And instead of dunking with the right hand, you're gonna dunk with the left. Come on, man.
Yeah, you're gonna shoot free throws with your offhand and stuff like that. Yeah, that doesn't help anybody.
Pick your schedule accordingly, coach, and play against the level of talent that your team has, and you won't be embarrassed like that.
Diesel, final word on this, and we got some more hockey for y'all.
Final word for that game.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that basketball college league that they got that's really not Division One, but their scores be like 150 to 100, and all they're doing is shooting threes.
Oh, you talking about the NBA?
Well, if you want to say that, but it's some little college where they ain't Division One level, but they play like it's only a small set of schools, and all they do is be shooting threes. And the scores are like just ran up ridiculously, and guys have 40, 50 points. I done see NBA stars every blue moon comment on them like, hey, it's still basketball. You still got to put the ball in the hoops. But that's all they play and put up those kind of scores. So that's
that's Durant, LeBron, and them started all that. It's a make or miss league. No, it's a play some damn defense league and play the game the right way league. But you're right, it's a make or miss. They lose a game and they can come out there and talk, yeah, we just missed more shots than them. You know what I mean? That's their summary of the damn game. Head coaches do it too. It's disgusting. They've ruined the game that I love so much. All right, here's a hockey player. Speaking of the NBA, y'all, great segue. This is great. There's a hockey player, copper colored, commenting on the NBA.
I got a question for the NBA players. What
You spoke from a perspective of a lot of fans, just the frustration with the lack of effort. Let's take a look at what you said.
It's not just based on the skill and talent. It's based on the pride, honor, playing for the guy next to you. I got a question for the NBA players. What the hell are you playing for?
Take us into just kind of your thinking.
There are core elements to sports that to me need to be staples.
Yeah, I like this guy.
You need to show up for fucking work.
Yeah.
You have to be on the fucking floor. I don't care. Like for me, the team will support you. The league will support you if you can't go. If you're hurt and you can't go, fine. But I'm watching Kobe walk off the court with his friggin' finger dislocated, popping it back in and going. His Achilles is torn and he's shooting free throws. These are the facts. This is not like I'm not making it up. It's right there for you to see. So do we want to celebrate that or not? Do we want to treat him differently because he speaks 5 different languages and he didn't grow up in the fucking hood? Like, no, the guy's a gamer. He's a gamer. Michael Jordan's a gamer. Those guys leave it all on the floor. I want to see athletes that want to go out and win at all costs and will give everything. Those are the guys I would go to war with.
Facts.
So it's not about fighting. It's not about going out there and fighting. You got to fight for the opportunity. You have to fight for the next generation. You have to fight for yourself and your family. You have to fight for the league. In our sport in hockey, there's a lot of guys who didn't make $1 million a year, that didn't make $8 million, $9 million, that had to go and find jobs after playing. But you want to know something? Those guys played banged up. They played hurt. They played injured. They fought. They gave everything they had to give. And that has allowed me to make the money that I made in the National Hockey League.
Like this.
That has allowed me to have a decent job after my career's over because now we have a TV deal. It's not always the best team that wins. It's not always the best player that ends up hoisting the trophy. But ultimately, what I have to take from you is when I watch you for 82 games, do you give everything you have? Do you show up every night? Do you do right by your teammates? Do you do right by the game? Because ultimately, that is the best part of your legacy. That is what people will remember about you more than your championships.
All right, Ace. PK Sukan. What's your Subban? What's your take on this viral rant about the NBA?
I mean, he laid it down. They have the same number of games as the NBA. They play the same number of months. They have the same All-Star break, and it's similar. But actually, hockey is much harder than the NBA because of the amount of skating, and those guys are pretty damn strong as in comparison to the NBA. And if they could sit at a half court of the game and take a shot from half court every damn game and just hit the puck out the half court, which is against the rules, but I'm just putting it in comparison to the 3-point line. If they can do that every game, as in comparison to the NBA, I think it'll be a lot less people watching hockey, just like you have in the NBA. Hockey's got diehard fans from Canada to the U.S., all across North America, across the world actually. And the fact that you have a young hockey player saying that you got to put it on the line, put it on the, come out there and play hurt. When you're playing not for a lot of money, when you're at the end of the bench, maybe got that minimum contract, but you still got to go out there and lay it down every night for the fans and your teammates and for the history of your game. You got to give him his props as far as the message that he's putting out to the rest of the league and to other leagues. Like you got to get it. You got to get it done. You got to come out there. You can't have bed rest if you're not really hurt, or if you were out last night partying, or you're not at your best, but you can still go out there and lay it out on the court or on the field. I think he's just saying that the leagues and the players nowadays in this participation trophy era are not getting it done for the fans, and they have to consider the history of what they came from and where they're trying to go as far as their league is concerned, and you gotta lay it on the line. That's the take I got out of his comments.
I'm partially blaming NBA owners, bro. I've been a staunch, because even when we play pickup, bro, like in leagues and stuff, bro, we didn't want guys on our squad that didn't play defense, that didn't play on both sides of the ball. They couldn't play in the system. Right. So this is like what Dallas did with Luka. They made a decision. I'm not going to pay a person that NBA max money that can't lock down on defense, bro. For me, max money would only come for somebody who's flirted with a championship. I mean, got me to the finals, and I hate that I'm saying that, because I'm a win the finals guy before you even can talk to me about max money. But you got to be a two-way player in my mind's eye, right? And then you reward those players with this max money. But when the league starts saying, hey, you can just be offense, you can be Vinnie Johnson. Bro, you know how much money Vinnie Johnson would be getting, the microwave would be getting paid in today's NBA, bro?
Luckily, he's making it in the private sector, but yeah.
Because Vinnie Johnson, microwave.
He's been making $20 million off the bench, yeah. Coming in with that kind of heat, and then parlaying himself into his next contract.
He probably would have got a max deal. So Diesel, what's your take on the copper-colored hockey player coming out there essentially calling the NBA players lazy and soft?
It's fitting for it's fitting for quite a few of them. So I mean, if that's how so if you look at the pathway that the previous generation and players created for these guys, and if you don't have the mindset to go out there and play hard or play all the time that you're ready, and Barkley, he brings up some great points. He's like, look, these fans are paying the money to see you play.
Not only are players making the most money ever, the fans are paying the most money ever for these tickets.
Right. And their cable packages to watch these teams. That stuff ain't cheap. It go up every year. I ain't watched the Bulls this year because I'm not paying for no extra antenna to hook up to my thing because they can't make a deal for my high cable company that I already goddamn pay
and
a
I
high
may
bill to.
and I may or may not have a hacked Fire TV stick where I can watch the games for free, and I still don't watch them. Go ahead, Diesel.
Yeah, so it's I guess some of these players like what's the part on A Few Good Men? I don't give a damn about what you think you're entitled to. That's pretty much what a lot of these players' mindsets are. Like they feel that they're entitled to something. No, it's still earned. It's still earned with your contract. It's contract to contract. It's earned, right? So even like your boy Luka, which I still think that trade was dumb. Not necessarily. They should have just got a little bit more. But if that new regime felt like this guy ain't putting in the work like that,
for that extra max money, man, they would have had to pay him.
Yeah. So I don't blame them for having that mindset. Although I think they could have got a little bit more because Crowder has kept AD and him. Other than the age, it's a fair trade, right? Other than the age,
but you're saying a lot.
It is to me. It's a fair trade. Other than that age,
I'm not arguing.
AD averages 25. His defense is better. Rebounds, both of them rebound. Luka can score, but AD is injury prone.
If you as an organization believes that defense wins championships, then you're sending an awful message if you're going to pay a guy, make him the highest paid player in the NBA, and he's not playing defense. Because defense is a choice. I don't care what nobody says. It's a choice. I've been coached that way from effort. It's a mindset, bro. You're making a choice that I'm going to chill down here on the defensive end, and then I'm going to get on offense, and I'm going to save my energy and jack it up like the beard, whatever his name, James Harden.
Now, I'm speaking of Luka. He can be hidden a lot.
I'm not hiding you. I'm not hiding you for $400 million. I hear you, though. Go ahead.
Right. But the Lakers can hide him because all them other players be playing defense, right? So it's easier to hide a guy, his deficiencies within that defense. But again,
in basketball years, Luka is like 28, 29 because he's been playing pro since he was 13.
He was and you can still look at him. He can be. I mean, he don't look in shape.
He don't look 25, 26.
No. He look like he hitting 30, 35, 30.
He got miles on him.
32, 33. He looks like that age.
He's from another country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem with this NBA is that they done catered to the people overseas and switching the game up and making it more almost where defense, I mean, if you can get, I mean, you hear them say this, and I agree to an extent that, hey, these players are more skilled than they were in the 80s and the 90s, that all around, player for player, they're more skilled. They may be more skilled.
Offensively.
Yes, offensively. And the ones that are defensive type players, they don't even really get time on the court.
They don't even get time, bro.
They don't get no time.
And if I was a GM, I'm gonna throw it to you, Ace. If I was a GM, I would be like Dr. Tom Davis at Iowa. Trying to remember my man Flaherty at Thorn Ridge. I would take all athletes, bro. Two-way playing athletes, and they can shoot those threes all they want. We snatching those. We throwing alley-oops. We moving the crowd. We beating they stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want that, bro.
We're going to change the game back.
We're going to change the game back.
You can get those damn three-pointers off of those athletes that I got right up in your bum for the entire game and get rebounds and stop them from making these layups and dunks all the whole damn game. You know, that's cool. But, you know, your three-point shooters aren't going to be the athletes that I have guarding your players. So my athletes are going to out-athlete your athletes, and it's going to be a struggle for them to beat us every night.
Yeah, we're going to be like Rocky Balboa because I feel like going to the rack is a body punch. Shooting that three, you know what I mean? That's a jab, shot to the face. But you ain't winning no fight, just, you know what I mean? I'm talking about a professional fight. You got to be, you know what I mean? So those hands could drop, Right. Once those hands drop, those athletes out there wide open for their three.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would do. In today's NBA, I would go with all athletes. I get them as poor and stupid as possible. Debo, you guys, not Dezo, but Debo Samuels. I got a new nickname for you. Yeah, Dezo Samuels. All right. Debo went to the Commanders. What's you guys' take on that? Because I was very interested on the Bears getting him, bro.
Yeah, Debo's done.
I didn't want him. I don't want him. It's what I say all the time, especially with football, availability. He's hurt half of the season. Yeah. He's great when he's on the field, but if you're hurt half of the season, the only contract you're getting from me as the GM is totally based on how many games you play more so than your production. Because you're proven with your production, but your availability is never the full season or close to it. So he misses too many games for me.
And we talking super max money. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
And it now, unfair comparison. But it felt like when the Bulls did that for Zach LaVine. You know what I mean? Why do you reward a guy who can't play 50% of the time?
I think that some teams do this, primarily in the NBA, thinking like, all right, we're going to sign this guy, but, the minute that we're able to trade him.
But you can't trade him anymore.
But I think that's what some of them think. You know what I mean? Like, hey, well, we ain't got no choice. We're caught in a tough place right now.
We ain't got no choice.
We can't let him just go to free agency and people get him and we don't get nothing for him. So
that's why I blame the owners, because they don't have any cojones.
They don't want to cut him because they got to sign the quarterback. They got to sign Purdy. And the other guy, Azuk, he's hurt too. And Debo, you can't sign the quarterback and have two max paid wide receivers. Somebody got to go. So it was Debo because he's never available for the game. So they got rid of him, and they're trying to get rid of the other guy too.
I guarantee you he don't play all 17 games next year.
What does this mean for the Commanders? And then can you imagine what our coach BJ could have done with a Swiss Army knife as Debo, man? They bringing him around on those jet sweeps. He in the backfield, bro. He could have been our third receiver, bro. And don't start me on that. We should be getting Travis Hunter right now if we went for the haul. But what's you guys' take on that?
We're going to send somebody poor and stupid out there to hurt Debo on one of those in around sweeps, and we don't have to worry about him for the rest of the game. That's what's been happening in the last couple of years.
He's a roll of the dice. And when I say roll of the dice, I'm saying this in regards to when he's going to get injured. Because he's not going to play all 17 games. And it's a question of, is he going to get injured where it's going into the playoffs? Or is he going to get injured early in the season and you bring him back before the playoffs and you got him for the playoffs?
Yeah, but it's one thing if he's a man. The way he plays the game, bro, he plays the game a certain way and he's going to tend to get hurt. I don't have a problem with a guy who's aggressive and getting hurt. I got problems when they run out of bounds, avoiding the injury, and they still get hurt.
Well, I guess you could say that, but I don't mind another team getting him because I wouldn't want him for that.
So you wouldn't have wanted him in the Bears for that price?
No, sir. Because he's not gonna want to come to you with the type of contract you want to give him that's based on his availability. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He ain't gonna want, and then you ain't gonna pay him.
I want dogs in the locker room that can, walk in and see Ryan Poles, who Ace loves so much, and do this to him. I want a dog.
You want a dog that's tied up on his leash, and you're not feeding him, and he's barking. That's the kind of dog you want, right? Yeah.
We traded and got some damn offensive linemen, and we're going to get some poor and stupid guys in the draft to do what Debo Samuels does.
I'm just saying, Commanders got Kingsbury, we didn't. They got Jaden Daniels, we didn't. I'm just saying, bro, maybe they know something we don't know.
They definitely know.
They got lucky with Kingsbury. Because he ain't the head coach, right? Kingsbury's the coordinator, right?
Yeah.
So they got lucky with him to get him as the old coordinator because he was really unproven in Arizona.
Lucky with Daniels too.
Yeah, lucky. They didn't know what Jaden Daniels was gonna. They probably seen his potential.
You did, but nobody else did.
But they didn't know he was gonna excel that quickly. You
They
see
didn't
what I'm
know he
saying?
was going to have the greatest numbers in rookie history, although that's due to rule changes as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. You picking him as a projection of a couple of years. Here's our guy. He can get us to the playoff. We won't have to worry about the quarterback position.
I see
That's
what you're
you
saying.
want.
Yeah,
But he excels so fast.
man.
They like, damn. What do we got
Man,
here?
let's get him a Debo Samuels. They don't even know if Caleb. They don't even know if Caleb's going to look at Debo Samuels.
You got Terry McLaurin. Now you got Samuel. Your running backs, actually, both of them played well last year, and they played most of the year. For both of their running backs, who, not Robinson, but Eckler. Eckler used to get hurt a lot. And both of them, for the most part, played most of the season last year. So
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, remember Eckler, he get hurt in San Diego, you know.
Austin Eckler, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be they need defense though.
Their line to play that damn well. Their offensive line had a great season last year. They stayed healthy, and I don't think anybody expected that for Jaden Daniels to be behind a line that will protect him and him to,
Does the line make the quarterback better, or does the quarterback make the line look better, or both?
Both. It's absolutely both. Because a lot of times that dude was scrambling from pressure.
Man.
And he was running like Lamar Jackson in his first couple of years in the league.
And some you said when you scouted him, he gets that ball out.
Yeah. He's more accurate, and that's the scary thing, because he was more accurate when he's scrambling and shit than most people in the league when he was scrambling.
Yeah.
And then you're scared because if he runs, he's running for good yardage. So it was like
first downs.
Yeah. Timely first
And
down.
then he don't be stepping out of bounds before he get the first and sliding early, painting his fingernails. But hold on. I know you guys want to stay on this topic, but we're moving on. We got a lot to cover. Justin Fields, your favorite, Dezo, had a birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to him. And this is what Get Up presented to him. Big ups to Get Up. Fair use.
Smith and Baker Mayfield. It took them a minute to get to where they want to go. Sure. I am betting on Justin Fields' unbelievable character and ability, and give him another year with Arthur Smith. We're always in a rush, myself included, to judge.
These are the highlights they pulled up while he's saying this.
These quarterbacks, but Arthur Smith has developed quarterbacks for a long time. And I'm not saying if you have Justin Fields, if you're Pittsburgh, you put your feet up on the table. But what I am saying, if you have him,
what a highlight!
I'm
sorry, I'm laughing.
I'm not helping you make your case.
What a highlight!
It's the guy's birthday. Show him out.
That's pretty funny. What just happened there is our team. Get Up has without question the best team that you could ever possibly put together. Someone put together. Can we just roll that tape again?
Literally,
like
the Steelers.
He gets his back shattered to make the Steelers quarterback.
Oh, buying into the upside.
There's a 15-yard. There's a quick sack, and here we go. Up,
taking it,
goes. Let's show this one here. Oh yeah, this one's brutal. This is yeah, yeah.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Get up there.
We had to be video that supported Mike T's point.
There's a good play.
This poor guy's birthday.
So, Mike, what you're trying to say is they need more of this. Okay. Again, we couldn't have put together somewhere on our server. There was a tape. Justin Fields, good, and that's the one they would like. But here's what I would say. I'm a Justin Fields fan too.
All right, I'm gonna start this with Diesel. I'm interested in hearing your take on the. I don't know what this is, man. They just I don't know. Go ahead.
I seen that when it aired, and they put that up, and I was like, man, what the hell are they putting up?
That's
not the good clips. That's when he was like had some bad plays, and he actually didn't have that many.
None of those was his fault. He was getting blown up. It was nope. Did you see the plays, bro? That they showed. None of that was his fault.
And he didn't have a whole lot of bad plays with the Steelers. So, have they decided who they're picking yet? The Steelers?
Yeah, supposedly the rumor is the players, all the coaches except for maybe Tomlin, they want to stay with JF1, bro. They want to stay with JF1.
But they haven't done no formal announcement yet, have they?
No. And JF1 announced that, he's willing to play for a team-friendly deal, which Ace and I both predicted. It's just a shame that my take, Ace, let me hear your take. My take real quick is what is it about JF1 that
Well,
bro?
I'm actually shocked though that Tomlin isn't giving him an opportunity to just say, hey, he's a starter going in the next season, and he's under his last year, right, of a contract,
No,
right?
he's a free agent now. So
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Unrestricted.
well, that might be why. I don't know why I thought
No,
he
but
had like this was
unrestricted.
his
But no,
last
to your
year.
point though, Tomlin. Well, Ace, let me hear your take. Let me hear your take, bro.
How much is the franchise for a quarterback this year?
You ain't got to franchise him though. He's a free agent. You just
No,
offer
no.
him 10.
Quarterback got to be like 35, 40.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Because
35.
if they didn't, you know how they may do, look to see if they can get a free agent quarterback or whatever. If they
Sam
didn't want him,
Darnold, somebody like
and
that.
then to say, oh, they might be over the time that you could franchise, right?
Yeah.
It might be past that. So
Yeah.
shit, it's too late now. I don't get it, bro. I don't get. He deserved a chance to start.
I don't think dollar-wise they would franchise JF1. They had a chance to.
Nah, they don't want to pay him that much.
They could have picked up his 5th-year option for $25 million if they really wanted to keep him, during the season, or they could have worked out a deal during the season. But now he's an unrestricted free agent. He can go anywhere he wants to. The Jets, they say the Jets are interested in him, and there's a lot of teams that need a quarterback, especially a athletic quarterback as Justin Fields is.
Experienced.
If you have the coaching staff and you have the blocking to assist him in being a good quarterback. But if the Steelers are interested in him, the question is, where are they going next? You're not going to pay Russell Wilson anymore.
Well, that's what they're supposedly still considering between Russell and Justin. And my thing is this, bro. I said it this. They're going to stay with Justin. This all comes down to that 4th-round pick. And I think you disagree with, not you, Diesel, it was one of my brothers. Just saying that, man, if I don't think they would consider. I think Tomlin was like, okay, they're both about equal, which I kind of agree with in different ways. But if you look at the results and the stats, bro, I think it came down to we don't want to have to give the Bears a 4th pick for a quarterback who we might not even be able to re-sign.
Instead, they gave us a 6th, and they should have. After Russell played like a couple of games, I wouldn't even let him come back and bump him the way that they were playing. I mean, they were what, like 4-2 or something?
Yeah, I got the stat. Go ahead. I'm gonna run it up here.
It was like 4-2, and he wasn't playing awful. He wasn't playing bad. It was within what he does. He was running for first downs, being a dual threat against teams, and I was kind of shocked, honestly, when they let Russell Wilson. But Tomlin, from the get-go, was standing on that. He was standing on that even when before Fields played. So he kept saying he wouldn't commit to him, like period. He just would not commit to him being the starter.
Well, there's the data. So he went 4-2. So you do these numbers times 3, pretty much. He was on pace for 30 touchdowns. These aren't all passes, though. It's considering his rushing touchdowns he was getting. So he was on pace to get like 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, man. Russell had 20 more throwing yards. He averaged more yards per pass, but look at the completion percentage and look at the record. Like, it had to be Tomlin's thinking, all right, this guy's a veteran. I've seen him do it in the playoffs, but he had a chance to do it.
Yeah.
They won't even give, and then they slamming this guy. Go ahead, Ace.
You probably been in the same situation as the Bears, where if you'd have kept them out there and kept your running game going, that you'd have been the #1 running team in the NFL, and you would have ended up giving the Bears.
But different from the Bears, you had a great D. Go ahead.
Yeah, and a great D with a powerful running game.
With a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, and a quarterback that you couldn't predict whether he was going to run, pass, or whatever. And they just took the route that we want to keep our pick, and we'll see what we do next year in the draft.
What was
Justin could be
surprising
a
to
poor
me,
man's Josh Allen. Go ahead.
what
Go
was
ahead.
surprising to me was the coach that you had, or I'm sorry, the offensive coordinator. Because the whole time he was with the Bears, what were we saying? Hey, if we had like the offensive coordinator or the coach for Atlanta at that time,
The
it'd be a whole
OC
different.
wanted Justin all season. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's what's surprising to me is that you had the coach that fits his type of play, and yet you don't try to see it through. Because if we would have had that coordinator or head coach for the Bears, my whole take would have been different.
Of course.
Because we would have been able to see him excel at what he's doing. And we could have evaluated him from that point.
Correct.
Tomlin, I don't know. He just, for whatever reason, he just wouldn't commit to this dude, and he still ain't committed because there's no damn way I would be considering Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He's got early stages of rigor mortis, man. He doesn't need to be quarterbacking no more.
Yeah, it's like we're talking about Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields. It's like we're having that discussion.
And Aaron Rodgers right now wouldn't want him. Take Fields way before I would take him. He's a step away from the graveyard.
Well, I'm starting to believe I'm delusional. I'm seeing something in Fields. I just find it. The reason I did that video is because, to your point, Diesel, I'm watching that live and I'm like, I see all this hate. It just becomes the thing to do to trash Justin Fields, bro.
It's man, you know what? Remember when I said this? I said, man, his only hope may be when none of them were really coming to the Bears with high offers for him. I was like, man, his only legit chance at stardom could be the route of Geno Smith, where you could basically done been written off.
He just went to the Raiders.
Yeah, and Geno ain't rolled off no more. You know what I'm saying? He's a quality QB.
Sam Darnold
was written off. Sent to
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was written
to the
off.
showers too. All these guys.
Yeah.
And they done rejuvenated their careers because you got to get in the right particular situation as far as the coach or the coordinator. And
you got to develop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That takes some time sometimes. You know, it takes some people can come right out of training at any job and hit the ground running, and some people need, 90-day evaluation period.
6 games, 3 years. 6 games with an offensive coordinator who suits what you do is not enough time for you to be letting go of the guy after only 6 games, and he was 4-2
in first place.
I don't get it, man.
It was the draft pick. It's the only thing that can make sense. Go ahead, Ace. I'm gonna throw it to you.
And you're looking at a situation in Chicago where he was developing under an idiot, and his general manager was an idiot too. Was in love with another guy.
Head coach was an idiot. The offensive coordinator was an idiot. Go ahead.
And the general manager was an idiot who was in love with another guy that was in college, and didn't even talk to the next guy that was drafted right behind him. So fire Ryan Poles. Let me say it again. FGB, fire Ryan Poles. and
let's talk about that for a second. This whole thing about winning under the hot rookie quarterback deal. How's that working out for everybody? How's that working out for the Josh Allens? How's that working out for the Drop Dead Gorgeous in Cincinnati? How's that working out for any of these rookie quarterbacks? I think Ace is winning this debate. It's sure, it'd be nice to win on a rookie quarterback when he's playing cheap. It'll probably never happen. Even Jaden Daniels is going to need some time. Okay, it happened with Patty Mahomes, but that's different. That's totally different because they were already in the playoffs. They were already winning playoff games. You plugged and played, bro. Let's take Caleb. This is his 2nd season. You want to win on his rookie deal? You better be going out and signing guys from Cleveland. You better be going out and signing all these dogs I'm talking about, Deebo Samuels. Otherwise, in my opinion, you ain't gonna win on a rookie contract.
Myles Garrett signed today, matter of fact.
Yeah,
with Cleveland.
He sold out. Yeah, he sold out. He said he wanted to win, don't want to be there or whatever.
He wanted to,
They give him a deal making him the highest paid defensive player with guaranteed money.
Now he
And
don't want to
he's
win.
Now
Now
he's
he don't
happy.
want to win no more.
Hey, Dave Kaplan said, Cap went in on him. He was like, look, just say you want more money. And
That wouldn't have worked.
We could respect that.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have worked.
But again, that's what you settled for, more money, instead of going to try to be a winner.
He wanted to be courted.
Your quarterback situation there is god awful. God awful. They ain't going nowhere without a quarterback.
They'll draft somebody, but like you said, that means another 2-3 years that you got to wait around and see. Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe they can get Aaron Rodgers.
They got to draft somebody because they can't afford anybody else.
And look, a rookie quarterback. I'll say this:
point, Ace.
If your rookie quarterback is getting you to the playoffs and winning a game, that's successful. I mean, yeah, you want to win the Super Bowl, get to the Super Bowl, yeah. But if you can get to the playoffs and win a game with a guy in his rookie deal, from when he was rookie, that's something to build on. Because then you're trying to figure out what pieces we can put around him
But eventually, you're going to have to overpay him, and then
it could get into that. Yes, it can. You can end up overpaying.
They're building these teams backwards. Go ahead, Ace.
The league's going to catch up the following year. They're going to study him
tape
off season to counteract whatever the hell he's doing. And even with the Commanders having $100 million of cap space, they cut one of their defensive tackles, one of the long-standing defensive tackles.
Hargrave, I think.
Yeah, and they went out and got Deebo Samuel, and I guess he ate up that money. But why would you cut a defensive player?
Correct.
You got $100 million still under the cap, unless
and you got a poor and stupid rookie on a rookie contract. You got to be spending money. You got to spend the money.
Yeah, the defense wasn't that good. But what you should be doing, like let's take Houston, right? C.J. Stroud rookie year.
Correct.
Didn't they win a playoff game his rookie year?
Damn right
too?
they did.
Okay.
And last year, I think. Yeah, and this season. Yeah.
Then this season they did win. I think
they
won one.
They won one. Yeah.
But their offensive line was horrible from the previous year. Right? So that comes into play with what we're talking about. So if you got that rookie guy and he gets you to the playoffs, now you're figuring how we're going to make our team better for the next year. Obviously, they GM didn't put no offensive linemen, whether drafted or from free agency, around this guy to make the line better. Because if you look it up, I'm pretty sure they were like top 1 or 2 in terms of their quarterback getting sacked this past season. So you don't want that. You got to be smart with what you're doing, because now, like you said, you're going to have to end up overpaying them.
At some point. And then you're going to start losing players. Correct.
So it's like.
And you might have got to the playoffs here and there. And to your point, won a game here and there on this rookie deal. So he's getting that experience. Fine. Great. But then somebody could push back and say, well, you could have just kept, say, for instance, a Justin Fields or Sam Darnold. The original team could have kept him. Stayed the course, and then they could have said, all right, man, you ain't giving us X production, so we're going to offer you Y money, and then that's going to allow us to keep bringing in these studs around you, because if you go into the open market, you're going to be a cast out.
That's why coaching and development is so big in the NFL, because what you end up having to pay people when it comes, you may not be able to pay them, but if you coached and develop the guys under them, they can take over and fit in them holes, and you don't skip a beat. Or you end up like Houston did, where their quarterback was getting beat. Man, he took a beating like Caleb did.
Who, Stroud?
Yeah, whole season, man.
Yeah, after telling Caleb, you don't have to take all them hits. Stroud ain't throwing to nobody though.
Oh yeah, and Nico Collins. Collins was balling. Collins one of the top receivers in the league.
Yeah, he killed the Bears.
Yeah, he just their line. Their line suck, man. Suck.
So speaking of the Bears, Ryan Poles went out and traded for Jonah Jackson from the Rams, Pro Bowl type guard. And then I think the next day, left guard. Then the next day, he traded for Tooney, All Pro, Hall of Famer guard. So you went out and got 2 left guards. All right. What's your take on those moves? How do y'all feel about those moves?
Okay. We needed guards. We need tackles. We need guards.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. Them dudes are solid guards, veterans. I love it. It gives you a foundation to keep building on. So you got your
People
one
who
tackle.
won, who've actually been in a culture, huh?
Yeah, you got your one tackle already solidified. Now you got guards. You need the center.
PFF says Braxton is all right. I mean, you know, you need a center. I've been saying this for 5 years, bro.
But we gon' hey, look, we got first round pick, right?
Uh-huh.
Two late round first rounders, really, because they just
And
first
free
picks in
agency
the
ain't
second.
started. And free agency ain't started.
We will
so
get
now,
a center.
a dog
Guaranteed.
center might be saying, "Oh, I want to be a part of that offensive line now." You know what I'm saying? A
We're
free
getting a
agent
center.
might,
If we don't get one in free agency, we're getting one with them one of those first 3 picks.
If we don't get a center this year, I'm with Ace, although I've been saying it for years. Fire Ryan Poles. If we don't get a center this year, I'm tired.
Yes, without hesitation. If we don't get one in free agency, that's good, right? We don't want no regular Joe.
No.
If we don't get one that's
We want a
good,
dog. Yeah.
Then you better draft one with one of our
dog.
first 3 picks.
A dog.
That means
I don't
he's
like
either gonna
drafting
be
a center at 10, but I'm okay
I
with
don't
using
either.
a second round
But
pick
them
for a center.
second rounders,
Yes,
which
yes,
we got at the start
yes.
of the second,
Yeah.
we can get a center there.
And I want a dog, a nasty one. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Yes, that's going to hit you in the back and all of that.
Well, the consideration is them going to get the guy out of Atlanta, Dahlman, and bringing him into Chicago.
Is he a free agent this year?
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, if we can get him.
Where's he from?
Atlanta.
All pro?
Yeah, if we can get him. We can
They
get him.
say
We
the
got
Jets-
enough cap space too.
Yeah. We got a poor and stupid rookie on a rookie deal. That's what I'm saying. Spend the money.
Yeah. Then you can go into the draft and fix your skill positions or the defensive end or defensive lineman that you need into the draft. So hopefully they can do that in free agency, and there'll still be some more poor and stupid players out there they can get and bring in here and shore up some positions that we need help in.
And I think that we got a hot Ben Johnson, who's everybody's calling the next smart McVay. That could be tantalizing for some free agents. You know, they see what we're building here. We don't have Eberflush standing over there being a female cat, a female sexual organ. You know, so there's some respect on our name, I think. So we might be able to parlay this into some high prize free agents who can see the vision.
Hey, man, I think old boy will go for. I don't think Gentry's going to be there at 10.
Rentry.
I think somebody's going to get him, but the other guy, just as good.
I'd love to get a Rentry. Oh, I'd love. You guys are warming me up on Rentry just because I didn't realize that's his name.
What's the other running back that's as good as Gentry? Just about.
I want Rentry. I want to draft Rentry now.
What's that other running back, Ace? I forget his damn name.
Swift?
No, this coming up out of the draft.
Oh, I'll pull it up. Go ahead, though.
Oh, but he's man. I was seeing him, and I was looking at the 2 dudes mock draft.
Kuiper.
Kuiper and the other guy.
Yeah, they're already talking about Shedeur as he's too cocky. It's not respectful.
Except for people that know
he's not a slave.
No, they like, man, do you know
he's
his
not
father?
poor and stupid. We don't want him.
He's just confident like his dad was. I mean,
I'm looking for that that 3 technique out of Michigan.
This is what I've been saying. We need a 3 tech in the center. We need this for years. But you talking about Ashton Gentry? You talking about Omarion Hampton?
What school is he at?
He's at North Carolina.
Yeah.
Then you got Caleb Johnson at Iowa. You can have another Caleb in the situation.
Nah. It's the dude from Carolina.
Omarion, he's a junior. Height 6 feet 220. I like that. He's, and then you got Ashton Rentry. He's 5'9", like a Rentry. Could be a little scat back situation. He's a junior as well. So, and then Caleb Johnson from Iowa, and Trayvon Henderson, Brashard Smith. Those are your top 5 alleged running back draft picks.
Yeah, I'm going with the three technique out of Michigan if he's available. We need some line. We need some line play, and that's what I'm going with the top 10 pick if somebody's available. And if the guy falls back later, and we can get somebody later and move back and still get a three technique that we want, we can do that. But I'm looking at line play.
Well, Tom Brady said it, and it was proven in this Super Bowl, bro. The thing that affected Brady more than the edge rushers was guys coming right into his face. It's nowhere to step up, and he's not mobile. So, you're asking, why they running? Why they flushing out of thing? Because guys are right up in their face, up the gut. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, they're coming right through. So to Ace's point, yeah, we need that three tech, bro. And then with our linebackers we got and our cornerbacks we got, they're all going to be better. Yeah. We got to prioritize a dog at three tech.
Hey, man, I watched that guy, the back for North Carolina. I was watching him in some games, and I just didn't really, I didn't realize what a prospect he was.
We're going to find some of his highlights. Go ahead.
And dude is bad, man. And he got breakaway speed, too. He's one of them types. The
only reason I'm listening to you is because you were high on Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, hey, he's bad. If he's there, and he'll probably be there because I think Gentry's going to go in the top like 5 or 6, man. He's going to be gone. But if he's at 10,
I
hope that they take him.
Yeah. I mean, it's North Carolina. Like you said,
if he failed to the,
y'all know I'm big on a running back. You guys have lost your way. Y'all want a dome stadium. Y'all want, but y'all don't want a big bruising running back and a big bruising linebacker. We got to get back to Bear football, man. When the Bears are good, I'm quoting John Madden. When the Bears are good, the NFL is good.
The guy from Michigan ain't gonna be there, Ace. Well, he's projected to go 3, number 3.
We can move up and give up that 2 we got from Carolina.
Number 3.
Nah, we ain't doing that, man.
You got quarterbacks, and you got Abdul Carter. You got 3.
Let's pull up the mock draft and see.
10, but
he's projected to go number 3. He ain't gonna be there, he won't be there when we draft.
Well, so was Jalen Carter. Maybe we can send some tramps to his room and
set him up.
You go get a massage, yeah. Get his stock to drop, but we wouldn't want him in our culture.
Hey, there's no center projected to go in the top in the first round.
Have y'all heard any rumors on who the Bears? But I'll tell you one thing about Poles. Somebody told him to take a big cup of STFU, man. He's not out there right in front of media talking about, yeah, we like this guy, we like that guy, and this is the guy we're going to draft.
Yeah.
Hey, that's perfect for us, man. The centers, the top 2 is the guy from Georgia and one from USC. Yeah. Nobody's projected to draft him in the first round. So we can definitely use, if we don't get one in free agency, one of the number 2 picks, our second rounders, to get a center.
Especially with the experience you got in Tooney and Johnson.
Yeah, that definitely help. Yeah. Man, that's a lot, man. They got like 3 wide receivers going in a row.
Man, they got
first.
Let's see. Edge, Carolina Panthers, edge. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared with us looking at the edge, bro. I'm scared about us drafting the edge, bro. That doesn't work out for us a lot. We usually get poor and stupid edge. To your point, Ace, we can get a poor and stupid guy in the 3rd round sometimes. But that running back, man, they've devalued it. There's a difference between a guy who can run a 4.3 and, all right, we can just put, But I hear you. If you rebuild that line, I'm saying like Walter Payton never had a line and he was still getting you 200 yards a game. And then when he got a line, it matters, bro. The running back is damn near the quarterback's best friend. Peyton was blocking, man. He's blocking those blitzers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it matters,
could have probably played 3 to 5 more seasons had he had a decent line when he came in the NFL. Because he to do what he did with no line until he was at the end of his career,
Oh,
was
they'd have been checking Peyton for CTE, man.
man.
Peyton would have been out half the games. You dove over there and landed on your head in the end zone twice in that game. Get in the tent.
He would have broke. If we would have had a line the first 5 seasons he played, no doubt he would have broke Dickerson's record because single season rushing record. They
Yeah.
weren't even playing as many games, and he had like 1,800 with that broke ass line that we had. In his best rushing season, he had like 1,800 yards in like a 14-game season or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that matters, man. He kept us relevant, bro. Y'all know in high school ball, man, somebody was coming to town and they had that running back that was getting 200 yards a game. You knew it was going to be a problem, bro. You didn't care too much about the drop dead gorgeous quarterback. Came down to how hard was they hitting you and what that back was giving you out there.
Yeah, we didn't have a coach. We didn't have an offensive coordinator. Shit, you could have Peyton and Vince Evans out there running the RPOs.
Vince Evans.
Yeah, that'd been about 5,000 yards in rushing in one season.
So we're looking at the top free agents, y'all, and stop me when stop me when you hear a name that you're interested in for the Bears. Sam Darnold, wide receiver T. Higgins.
No, he's franchise. No.
Josh Sweat. He's an edge from Philly.
Yeah, I'm interested in him.
Somewhat, slightly.
Ronnie Staley is an offensive tackle.
He already got signed.
Oh, yeah, he did. 3 years, 60. Well, free agency started? When did it start? Today?
Sometime last week.
Oh, they probably signed his own team. You can sign with your own team for restrictions and all that, yeah. Milton Williams is a defensive lineman from Philly. Center Drew Dahlman from
that's the one that Ace was talking about.
We can run some tush push.
He can hike the ball. He can get us where we need to go.
And make sure the offensive line is in the right place. He's smart, right?
Yeah, especially with the 2 guards we just got.
Veterans. You're right. And they'll be coming to the I'm telling you, if you think what's his name who only gives up like 2 sacks, Tooney is gonna be watching Caleb hold the ball for 15 seconds, ain't gonna come in and say, man, if you don't throw the ball, I'm gonna personally, you know what I'm saying?
Fucking helmet, yeah.
Hey, look, I think Ben ain't gonna play that either.
No,
like, hey, dude, if I call this play and them dudes is open on your first read, you let the damn ball go. The hell you looking at them for?
Or roll out a little bit and throw it away. We ain't gonna sit here and watch you get sacked all game.
Because you got Tooney who played for Drop Dead Gorgeous, Tom Brady. Then he went to play for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Come on. This guy, he's got to know something about football.
All right, DJ Reed is a cornerback. Javon Holland, safety. Y'all interested in that safety?
No.
Nope.
All right, Zach Bond, he's a linebacker. He got
I would have
signed.
liked him. I would have liked him.
Yeah. He got signed too. Chris Baldwin, wide receiver. Carlton Davis, corner. Nick Bolton got signed. Will Freeze, offensive guard. I think we're good on the guard position.
Yeah.
Justin Reed.
Safety, Justin Reed. And Cam Robinson, offensive tackle. Yeah, Mekhi Becton is on there. Let's look for some defensive line. Ain't too many of them out there as free agents. So, yeah.
Lil Mack is out there. You could bring him back for a 1-year deal.
Calais Campbell, too.
He too old, though, man.
Way too old.
What about Chase Young? Put him back on the side of Sweat. They got experience playing with each other in Washington.
Availability, man. He don't be available like you need.
But that you sign him a according contract, and then you come in with a Sweat or some other guys. You know what I mean? And they do that by committee. Not Sweat, but you know the guy you just said he played for us. What's that, Ace?
Chase Young's not the same since a neck injury. He's a liability some downs out there.
All right, so I don't know. I don't see a lot of names out there, y'all. So we got to do this in the draft, huh?
Yeah, we made hay with the trades to get some linemen in, and now we got to go young and develop some guys.
All right.
Yeah, I think the draft, teams are gonna be releasing people that they have to pay. If you don't release somebody, they've been doing it since last week. They've been dropping off people.
That's what I'm saying. Ryan Post, stop offering these draft picks for these players and wait like everybody else and see if they're gonna be on the scrap heap.
I forget what the day is, but it's a day coming up where if you don't release them or waive them because they're saving money on the cap,
they become unrestricted, right?
Right.
But
well, because then you're gonna have to pay them a certain amount if you don't release.
Correct. But in
waive
Ryan's defense, at least he don't have to negotiate with nobody, right? He's negotiating. If he trades for him, he's negotiating against himself, pretty much.
You got a Joey Bosa out there. You interested in him?
I don't want him. I don't like his undertone, and y'all know what I mean by that. I don't like his undertone. You can keep.
He ain't woke.
He ain't woke.
You can keep.
That's why he's available.
Yeah. All right.
Keep him and his brother in San Francisco. I don't want either one of them.
Well, we got Chase Young out there. He's poor and stupid. He's gonna...
Chase Young, and what's the guy who used to play for us, man? We gave up like 3 first-round picks for him.
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, you could bring in a Chase Young and a Khalil Mack, both on team-friendly deals. Let them worry about that side of the line. You know what I'm saying? And between the both of them, we're gonna be good. And we already had somebody over there. Yeah, keep him. Now you're building depth. You got veterans in that locker room to be telling them, y'all stop doing all that.
Mac.
Yes,
I'll take Mac definitely on a something basis on how many games he plays and stuff. Yeah. And now if you can throw Young in there, but Young gonna be trying to get too much money, man. Yeah. He ain't been in the league as long as Mac. So
yeah, everybody's gonna try to get too much money. But I see your point. If he comes to reality and we can get him, like I'm okay with going with the veteran route. The crusty veterans, because you got to win on this rookie deal, bro. You can't keep bringing in players. You got to wait for them to develop. Go ahead, Ace.
Chase Young's got to come out there on a prove a deal again this year.
Yeah. And, 1 year, 2 year tender.
Yeah. So, you're going to get your Khalil Mack, who's
2 years, a second-year team option. Go ahead.
Yeah, you go to Chicago, love him.
Yeah.
He got his damn jersey. They don't have to go out and buy another jersey and get him in here and he can go out there and do his thing, and you put him in a rotation between him and Chase Young and somebody else. You got Austin Booker. You're still trying to develop to be a defensive edge, and you get a rotation going and put those guys out there. And let the poor and stupid guys come in there when Khalil Mack gets hurt or needs to take a couple downs off. So.
And they're going to learn what it means to be a pro. You're going to have some real captains in there instead of just everybody running around with C's on their chest and doing podcasts. Yeah, it was out of control. Everything was out of control. Ain't you the captain? Ain't you a veteran? That's your locker room. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard people talk like that. Yeah, our locker room's out of control. Veterans, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's on the veterans, bro. That's on y'all.
We don't know what's going on. We need to be coached harder. We don't know.
Yeah. Bro, I played the holograms, grounds of Eisenhower football, and there was seniors, that didn't play that in the locker room, bro. We had horrible coaching, but it was the culture was set by the players, bro.
Right. Yeah.
It was them who would, you know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be. Thank you, and we had our veterans. That's because Ryan Poles. Don't get me started. I think he's soft. Yes. I honestly, in my opinion, think he's soft, and he resonates with soft people like Everpuss. Go ahead, Ace.
He is soft because he should have told Eberflus, listen, you're my guy. You can coach this team.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is I'm picking your offensive coordinator. You're not.
Correct.
I'm picking this dude down in Atlanta.
I'm picking everything. You've proven to me that you're an idiot.
Look, I'm talking about when we had Fields.
We
had Fields. I would have told him, you're coming.
Poles didn't hire him. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. We had Justin. And to y'all point that y'all was always saying, man, we can get draft capital. We can get all this. I would have told Eberflus when we brought him in, knowing he's the defensive guy. I'm picking your coordinator. I'm getting that boy Arthur Smith or whatever from Atlanta. He's going to be the offensive coordinator. To go with Justin Fields.
Would you have let him pick his own defensive coordinator?
No.
I mean, he could because he basically was his defensive coordinator. He was
He
calling
wasn't
the
at
defense.
first though. Remember, he wasn't at first. That's
Well,
all
even
on
if you
Poles.
pick him, that's on you. If he can pick the coordinator because you calling a defensive head coach to
This guy
that's
is a
his forte.
defensive guru, and he came in there talking about, I'm going to manage the team, and I'm just the CEO, and I'm going to hire these bums to call the plays, and then later fire the bum and say I'm calling the plays myself. This is Zebra Puss.
Yeah, if Pose to your point, yeah, he soft.
Ben Johnson did not come in there and say, I'm just going to be the CEO and I'm going to let this other guy call the game time plays. No, he hired an offensive coordinator and he's calling the plays during the game.
Yeah.
This is what you expect from your guru. That's why we're bringing you in here.
Right.
You know.
But Poles is he's an idiot. Fire Poles. Whoever the hell Ben Johnson was to bring in next year, because I believe he's a lame duck GM. He might have this year, or might have. I don't know.
Man, this is his last year to do whatever he's done. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. You saw the way he was sitting there next to Warren. This is his. Warren don't like losing.
Yeah. No, especially when he's trying to get a damn stadium deal done, and you're out here getting your ass raped all over the damn NFL for no reason.
And looking like the softest team, bro. We all said it on our text threads, like, this is the softest Bears team. We've had horrible teams, but this was the softest team I've ever seen, bro.
All of a sudden, they couldn't stop the run. Most Bears teams can, in general, stop the run.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, teams are just
man. And they were and Bears teams were hard hitting. You always had somebody out there knocking people out of the game.
Hard hitting, man. Listen, I seen a thing today. Now we know we love this dude, how he played. I didn't realize this stat. They were like the top, I want to say 50. If I'm correct. They said the top 50 defensive players for forced fumbles, right? I think it was 50.
Peanut Tillman jumps out at me.
Almost all of these guys were defensive line rushers, edge rushers.
Wow.
Almost all these, except number 6 was
Peanut Tillman. Yeah.
Out of like, hey, more than Bruce Smith.
Yeah.
More than, man, look, they were naming these guys. Man, do you realize, and they were talking to him, interviewing him, saying, hey, do you realize you had more forced fumbles than this guy, and this guy, and this guy? And they were like, I think they said it was one other defensive back that was in like the top list of 50. I think Charles
Ronnie
Woodson.
Lott.
No, Charles Woodson. I think not. Was it Woodson? Yeah, the one that played for the Steelers and the Raiders.
He was a beast.
Because he played so long. So of course, right?
Man,
and he was good when he played.
Man, he's
and there was another defensive back that was somewhere in there, but almost all of them were ends. Except Peanut Tillman, number 6 all time forced fumble.
Well, look at Jalen Carter, boy. He running around there causing havoc.
Now listen, I seen that Super Bowl, and Jalen Carter, as good as he is, he wasn't the one bringing the pain in that Super. It was them ends. Them
but
ends
he was.
played at it.
Their whole blocking scheme. Listen to me.
The whole
their
front
whole
four
blocking
was doing
scheme. Their whole blocking scheme was double teaming. That guy wasn't blocking that dude one on one.
The whole front four for Philly was putting in work, but them ends specifically in that game,
because you couldn't chip the ends, you were chipping the 3-tech. They had to double team this dude on every play. They discussed it during the game, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Look, bro. They was trying to chip them ends. If you go back and look, I'm watching these ends.
Andy Reid said it before the Super Bowl that were designed.
That was before. But that was their mistake because they should have adjusted to them ends. They played the game of their life.
And had they done that, Jalen Carter would have started running right in there and grabbing dude.
Then I would have been like, so be it, Jedi, because them ends was coming every single down. They didn't have to blitz like the whole game. It was just 4. It was just 4. The whole game kept.
They game plan to take Jalen Carter out the game.
You know Fangio, right? That's exactly what he liked
Big
to do.
Fangio.
Remember we used to get mad at him with the Bears, like, man, motherfucker blitz every now and then. And he just keep rushing forward. That's what he was doing. But they was getting after him.
You gotta have a D line to do that, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hold on, we got a quick video, y'all. I want to run this for y'all. This is Dr. J, the legend.
During the first three-peat of the Chicago Bulls, Horace Grant was the third most important player on the team behind Jordan and Pippen. After he joined Orlando in 1993, Julius Erving got an opportunity to observe him up close and realize what held Grant back from becoming a true star. When I was with the Magic, I used to try to get Horace Grant to work on putting the ball on the floor, but he wasn't hearing it. No way, he just wanted to pump iron and stick with what he was doing. And he was a valuable role guy at every stop, but in terms of improving his game, he wasn't hearing it. Irving joined the Magic as executive vice president in 1997, and his main job was to help new head coach Chuck Daly strategize the team's game plan. He was also brought there to evaluate talent and help players develop their games. Dr. J assessed Grant lacked the necessary drive to improve, and he was content with being a role player, first with Chicago and later with the Magic, playing behind Penny Hardaway and Nick Anderson.
We know he was a hoe. Hoe Grant.
Yeah, what's your comments on Big Ho? Does any of that surprise you? Are you hating on Dr. J for exposing this? What's your take on that?
When Ho went to Orlando and said he guaranteed championships and he was going to do all of this to make sure they were going to win all these titles because he was the real link for the Bulls winning a championship, championships. Yeah, we knew he was a hoe. So,
yeah, Big Ho went and got courted. The Big Ho went out there and got courted, and didn't like playing with Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Didn't like playing with.
If you think about it, Dr. J's assessment was right on point.
What?
He never improved,
expanded his game,
his ability to like dribble,
shoot
to
from
create
deeper.
create his own shot. No,
Yeah.
it was always either dishes from people
Or short
spot
jump.
up shooting.
Short jump.
He increased. That's the
Yeah.
one thing he increased from when the Bulls drafted him to even before he went to Orlando was especially the years when he retired briefly, his shooting got better.
Yeah.
But almost it was a curse because then you're not driving, and because you didn't practice on dribbling to the cup and stuff like that, it made you limited. I remember when Oakley said after their series with the Knicks, he was like, man, they were like, well, how did you feel about when the year the Knicks beat the Bulls on that bullshit call by Hugh Hollins or whatever? And he was like, man, he was running around there like a two guard. He wasn't hardly in the hole at all. I'm out there sticking him. He's out here shooting these shots.
Oh, you talking about Big Ho?
Yeah. Because Horace was scoring, but you limited because once they D you up to take away your jumper, you can't put it on the floor to get toward the cup.
And he was a decent free throw shooter. He was like 83%, man. Like, get to the rack.
Yeah, but he really didn't have no post game either, right? So
what gives him the right to not listen to a great like Julius Erving trying to tell him how to make his game better?
That's
when he left Chicago. I ain't gonna say he was garbage here. Horace was an important part. He wasn't garbage. He was a garbage man. He was a rebounder. He was an energy player.
He played good defense too. He played good defense.
Yeah, that's what a garbage man.
Yeah. He was better than E Small. I'll compare it to. I almost want to say it's like E Small running around there talking about. Wouldn't even say Benji's name. Rest is up number 25, and number 25 need to pass more. Number 25. That was Horace. Remember him and Pippen? They had to separate him from Pippen. They used to sit around and talk about number 23 and number 23. It was just hating on Mike, man.
Now you gonna pass it to you for what? You gonna stand there and you gonna pass it to somebody else because you can't put it on the floor. You can't post up in the triangle.
Jordan knew he was God. Jordan wanted Big Oak. He wanted Oakley.
Scotty got the posting probably in a second, third championship. He started getting where he could be the guy in the triangle that's catching the ball in the post and dishing it back out occasionally. But Horace, he was never really that dude that you feared in the post to do some type of turnaround or something like Sean Kemp and those guys that were playing in that low block power forward.
If he got a bomb on him or a mouse in the house, he was decent down there. Yeah. But he wasn't scoring on Elijah Wan and nobody like that.
And when Money passed it to him, normally Money had two or three players.
Three people on him.
He was wide open. So
Yeah,
you were scoring.
Man, I'd be
But
like, hey,
he
man.
he wanted to shoot more. He wanted Mike to give it to him for more of those mid-range jump shots.
No, thank you.
He didn't need to eat. You take what you getting.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Whatever's coming to you, be happy.
That's what I'm saying. Especially if the other guy is Michael Jeffrey Jordan, bro. It ain't like there's some bum running around there.
And then if you complaining about,
Yeah.
you better damn well make them shots when they give it to you.
Yeah.
Get your big ass in front of the rim.
If you start missing, you're gonna be like, what the fuck you keep at whining for the ball for and you ain't hitting no shots?
Ace, those was the discussions that Mike would be having with him, and he didn't like it because he was soft. You know, he was big hoe. He you know what I'm saying? He couldn't take the hazing. You know, he was one of those guys, man. And just hated on Mike. You know, you come to a franchise, you gotta know Mike is Mike, man. Everybody knew Mike was Mike. Larry Bird was calling him Jesus in sneakers, and you're talking about number 23 is shooting too much.
Yeah, throw your big ass to the hole. There's 2-3 people on me, and when I see you standing there wide open, I'm gonna pass you the ball. Just go up and dunk it.
Man,
And
I mean, come
quiet as
on.
is kept, he wasn't a good. From what I remember, Horace didn't set good screens. He didn't, because if he did,
he wasn't a bruiser. He didn't set bruising
he
screens.
didn't, because if he did, he'd have had more pick and roll dunks out of this world.
And he wasn't an enforcer. Once we lost Oakley, that's when everybody started beating the crap out of Michael Jordan. And because Horace Grant was supposed to be the enforcer, he hating on Michael Jordan. So he's probably happy they was doing stuff like that to Mike.
And to this day, they still believe he was the one leaking the stuff to that reporter for the Tribune.
He was.
And he still denies it. And the Tribune guy was like, I won't tell who told me. I won't say who told me.
There was Ho Grant or Pippen now that we see what the fuck Pippen.
Yeah, could have been Pippen.
I still don't think it was Scotty back then. I don't think it was him. I believe it was Horace.
Y'all remember when Mike came back and he was in baseball shape, but he wasn't in NBA shape. And then they beat us, I think, 4-2 Orlando. And man, Nick Anderson, boy, they was all smug and cocky in the post. Well. Horace Grant, they was what? They was just putting you in Mike's. You know how mad Mike had to be watching that post-game conference.
Man, they put Horace up on like he was carrying him off in the
Didn't
Super
they?
Bowl.
Didn't
up on
they?
the shoulders and everything.
Like he was dick guy.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Didn't they? And they didn't even win the chip.
Nope.
They got swept.
Nope.
Wow. All right, man. We're not going to do the national anthems. We'll say that for next week. But we got some good stuff lined up for y'all. If anybody was waiting on that, my bad. Anything else on any topic, and then y'all can go into y'all final words, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see what the Bears have got going on. They've made some trades that were good trades. I guess they were on the phones, or these teams were on the phones with them. But
hold it. This has nothing to do with polls. Those teams was on the phone. They're trying to help the smart guy be successful. That's the NBA is an old boy. The NFL is an old boys club. So you got the Rams. He's a McVay guy. Yeah, we got this guy. Come take him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe KC because of polls. He does have that connection. But I think this is more people want to help out polls. I mean, Ben Johnson as opposed to the Bears.
Well, the first guy from the Rams was a Ben Johnson guy. The Poles guy, Kansas City was trying to dump salary. So they did that when getting rid of Tooney. And they got a draft pick out of it. But I don't think we'll see the arrogant draft picks and the arrogant moves that we've seen in the last few years from the Bears.
You're gonna go ham if he takes a kicker. You know, we're talking about getting a kicker. You're gonna be ham if he uses a 3 on the kicker, ain't you?
If I'm the Bears, and I only thought about this while we've been on here, looking at what they project in these draft picks. Gentry will be gone. That guy we want will be there at 10, but you could trade down 2 or 3 spots, 2 or 3, because after 15 he might be gone.
Get you
But
some more
if you
twos.
get
Yeah.
you another, even if you got like a 3 and a 4, just
Yeah.
to move down a couple of
Yeah.
spots,
Yeah.
and your guy is still there, I'm doing it. I'm
And then
all
take
over
that 3 and a 4 and use that to bring in some more poor and stupid people in the trenches. Because they can
Hey,
pan out. They can pan out,
You
bro.
gotta have depth.
Tommy Harris was a 3rd-round pick, bro.
You got to have depth. Depth brings success.
Draft day decisions because
Yeah.
F fire Ryan Poles guy is
Pose is using Chat GTP to make his draft day decisions. Go ahead. I'm telling you, man. Y'all think, bro, Pose ain't working? He ain't working, bro. He don't even talk to people. He ain't taking calls. Pose got y'all. He running a number on y'all, bro. He come out there. He plug in the Chat GTP, know in real time what the draft is doing, and when they on the clock, he asks Chat GTP, "Who should I take?"
Well, I think we got a head coach now, so the head coach might be working with the president of the team and having this.
I think he's got a lot of input on the draft as far as like, hey, I think he may say, because I'm sure they say, hey, who would you want at this pick? Right? Who's the person you want?
Man,
If he says, I want this guy, and then they say, okay, well, we could get that same guy at this spot, then they may say, hey, we could trade down, get this guy that he wants, right? And they may do it on every pick, right? They could do that on every pick. You don't know.
Assuming he's not sold on Swift at the running back position.
He can't be. He's a backup. He's a backup now. He is not a starter.
He used to coach him in Detroit.
Yeah, but even then, he was splitting time and stuff. He
He moved off of him and drafted a rookie.
Yeah, he's not a starter, bro. He's not a. The way he wants to run a game, that ain't it for as far as your starter. You need something better than that.
I hear you. You can have somebody pouring stupid to do that, to Ace's point earlier. I don't need a veteran who's his legs are tired. You know, he don't want to get hit no more. Yeah, I hear you. You can get somebody pouring stupid to play that role. But go ahead, y'all.
Then we can go back and we could add Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley last damn year on this squad.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, when your damn arrogant ass GM like, yeah, I'm gonna save some money and go get this guy. I think he's smart and fast and moves quick and makes moves and yeah.
How much did Swift get as opposed to what dude got? Like, I know he just got re-signed for a lot of money. How much did Saquon sign for? How much did Swift sign for?
When Swift came here, remember they gave Montgomery. Look up what Montgomery got when he went to Detroit, which I think was like something at 40 million over a certain amount of years. Swift, the Bears gave him like 10 a year, right? Something like
3
that.
years, $24 million. He got a $4 million signing bonus, and $15 million of that is guaranteed. So they only owe him like $11 million in guaranteed. It's an average of $8 million. So they can move off of him after this season easily.
Swift got 8, I think Henry got like 8 million.
And Montgomery got like 40 for 3, but a certain amount of that guaranteed.
No way.
But would those guys have even wanted to? Well,
I think Montgomery started out with like 6 million.
No, I'm talking about with Detroit.
Yeah, when he left, they gave him like 6 million.
Yeah, and he got re-signed. So I think Saquon, he got the extension.
They got the extension out of the Super Bowl.
I can't remember how much he got.
Montgomery 2-year extension is worth 18.25, 10.5 guaranteed. But that's his extension. I want to see what did he sign when he went to Detroit.
Right. But that's supposed they want to pay the extension.
No, I mean, it was the same money. He just wanted out of here. I think they gave him a little bit more than what the Bears were going to give him. This one, yeah.
$37.75 million. I'll go to Montgomery next. Dude got $37.75 million, which included $26 million guaranteed. That was the
signed a
original
3-year, $18 million contract.
That was the original deal.
When he left the Bears.
Who?
David Montgomery.
Correct.
That's ridiculous.
Your captain. So
That's
Saquon had 3 years, 37 million, and we paid Swift 24 million. So for 13 million more dollars, with all that money under the cap, we could have probably offered Saquon an extra 20 million. Do you understand? Yeah, and he would have came here.
So look, they said the Bears and the Vikings both made offers to Montgomery and when he left in 2023. The Lions contract included 8.75 guaranteed and a signing of 2.25. And remember, his overall contract was 3 years, 18
Correct.
million.
But if you're going to move off Montgomery for that little bit of money, you could have brought in a dog in here.
They could
You
have
know what I'm
kept him
saying?
because he was better than Swift.
But they wasn't trying to. But they wasn't trying to help JF1, and they had already moved off of him in their minds.
And you gave Swift, what did they give Swift?
That's what I was just saying. That's what I'm saying.
What was it? 2
3 years, 24 million, and dude got. But look, get off Montgomery. Saquon, who's doing backwards 360s and jumping over people, got $37 million over 3 years. That we're talking about a difference.
But
we're talking about a difference of $4 million a year, bro. And Poles is trying to be flexible.
Right, and not even that. Our line, but our line was awful too. So I ain't sure he would have wanted to come here, him or Derrick Henry, with a line like we got.
But that's why I said if you'd offered him enough money, he would have come here. And we had the money. For even Derrick Henry, we could have got him. If you offered him enough money and told him we had the vision. But I think it's going to be easier now since we got Coach BJ. I think guys around the NFL respect him right now so far. Yeah, because he's he's an offensive genius. I'm not taking
he loves to run the ball. So we're not gonna have an issue where Ace is saying after every game, run the damn ball. Run the damn ball.
Gotta run the ball.
So we're gonna get enough runs in a game to fully see if we're blocking good enough to run the ball, and if our running backs are good enough, and that's why I stand on Swift.
Play action is effective only if you're able to run the ball, and only if you run the ball. You have to run the ball for that to work.
Because if you just keep faking it every down,
these lazy fakes out of the shotgun, these lazy college fakes. You know what I mean? Nobody's even going for that. They're just busting right up the middle, and they're going after your quarterback.
Stacking your quarterback 70 damn times.
And you still won't hand the ball off.
Now, Roshan, he can still be a third stringer. Perfect. He can be the third stringer. I got no problem with him. But Swift cannot be your starter. He's the number 2. And the fourth running back that you get, whoever that is, he can be the special teams guy.
Man, you're going to have to trade Swift for a 6-7 round tender.
I mean, if he's like unhappy, but he ain't going to say nothing.
No.
He don't have a no trade clause. I don't care about his happiness level.
Well, I mean, if he's like, well, I don't like this, man. You know, I ain't signed up.
Man, he could show up like I'm the happiest dude. I'm all in. I'm moving off.
But I don't see him complaining. I see him saying,
he doesn't complain.
Hey, save my body. Go ahead.
Why would he complain? He doesn't complain.
That's my whole point. Hey, just sit there and you watch, and we call on you when we need you.
Yeah, that's a lot of money for a backup running back, man, in today's NFL. When you know what I mean?
But that's why you draft them, and the other one's going to be on a rookie deal. So it's not hurting you.
Got you. And the Roshan contract ain't hurting you either.
No. That's what I say. He's a solid number 3.
They should have kept Herbert, which Ace was talking about all last season.
Now, that was buffoonery. I don't know why they got rid of him.
They didn't even play him.
Because he was unhappy. Because he wanted to play. So he wasn't good for the coach.
Did we get a pick for him, at least?
Yeah, like a 6 or something. It was bad. A 6, 7.
Yeah. I wouldn't have. That dude was.
He made plays for us.
That'll filled out your roster for running backs if you count drafting a guy early.
But he was going to be a free agent after last year. But the thing is, we ran out of running backs last year in the damn game, and you traded your former starting running back.
And what's going to happen to Tyler Scott? And we cut Drop Dead Gorgeous, the linebacker. We cut him the other day, bro.
Well, you don't need another receiver because Keenan Allen ain't coming back. He's gone.
Well, now we can give our quarterback his number. That's going to make him better.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get because Scott. Let's say even if Tyler Scott made it as the slot guy, this guy, the head coach, he likes to run 4 wide a lot of times. He likes to have at least 4 receivers, which means you technically gonna have like 5 or 6 because of when you sub guys in and out. So I'm pretty sure they'll end up drafting another receiver, maybe picking up somebody who got cut.
Well, in our
What's his
system,
name? What is a free agent?
In our system, we'd have JF1. We'd have a bunch of draft capital. We can be coming in here with Travis Scott, and Scott could be. Listen to me. Scott could be your number 2 cornerback, and he can also be your number 3 receiver. You'd be getting 2 players for 1 right now, and still have a boatload of draft capital. And then we could have had a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix.
He'll be gone by the time we draft.
All right.
He's top 5 pick.
We just like to remind you about what the Hall guys were saying. That's all we were saying.
He's gone. You won't even smell him.
If we would have had the Hall, we could have got we might still have been up in that top echelon of picks with one of the poor and stupid teams we took.
Could have got the running back and Travis Hunter to Ace's point. Yeah.
Shador be gone. Now, wait a minute. Hey, you know who will be around? What's the guy that Shador used to throw to a lot? Jimmy Horn Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen him at the draft camp. I think he ran like a 4.4.
Look, I don't want any more flashy items if it ain't a dog running back. Let's get us some trenches. I hear you, Diesel. We
got to think about your coach, though. Listen to what he does. He likes running backs, offensive line, and receivers.
But if you think that veteran defensive coordinator we brought in here is going to be a female sexual organ, you're wrong. So he's not going to sit there and lay down like Eberflus and watch people move off generational defensive tackles. He's going to have a lot of say.
He's going to have to split up the pie. Okay.
I'm sure he had these discussions with Ben Johnson. If you think I'm coming in here and you're going to draft all offensive talent all year, and you know what I mean? No, veteran defense coordinator.
Hey, we need a center, right? Center, running back. Main 2 things on offense. Receivers you can find anywhere because if your quarterback's good, he can help make a receiver look better.
And you got people blocking. Anybody can get it.
Yes. So those 2, center and running back. Now, rest of that, y'all can have all the defensive guys y'all want. End. We may need a
nose tackle. Need a defensive. We need
tackles. We need a tackle. Need a tackle in there because these motherfuckers wasn't stopping the run.
They wasn't doing nothing.
Middle linebacker.
And they blaming Sweat, but Sweat was getting chipped and double teamed all season.
He was hurt most of last season.
And he was getting double teamed and chipped. You need some more dogs out there.
Yeah, definitely like at least 1 tackle early in the draft, right?
Yeah.
And then
if I'm getting double teamed and I'm dumping it down to Ace and he's missing every layup,
and like
you can't win like that. You need somebody who
stop the run. Now, who's the middle linebacker? Is it
that soft dude, man. Edmonds. I was on this bum for the last year and a half. I told y'all he's soft.
No, I need somebody who can go up there and tackle people.
He looks like I should see him at a pride parade and walking down the street with the lesbians. If you look at him, he looks like a lesbian. And big up to all the lesbians out there. They need to check his sexual orientation. I got reason to believe he may be the first female them convert to ever play in the National Football League. Listen to his interviews now that I've said it. Give me your final words, Diesel, and then we'll throw it to Ace for his final words out there.
Final words. Looking forward to baseball season. Now, actually, I'm really
Sox or the Cubs, bro.
Yeah. Let me recalibrate. I don't think the Sox can be worse than they were last year.
Yes, they can.
Because no, they can't. Because that was the first time I found myself betting on them to lose, and they were coming in on a date. So, and I'd never done that in the history of being a Sox fan. I never bet against them. If I thought they were going to lose, I just wouldn't bet at all. But I was I had so much conviction that I just kept betting on them, whoever they played to lose, and they kept coming through.
So well, Ace has committed to being our Bulls specialist and actually watching the games. I
Well, that's
committed to
good for
sucking it
him
up.
because I'm not watching the Bulls.
Well, we're not asking you. I've committed to sucking it up and watching the Cubs. Will you commit to sucking it up and being our White Sox expert and actually watching the games
absolutely.
and giving us some new ones?
Well, wait a minute. If the Sox are under that same bullshit that they got the Bulls under, where you got to hook up this antenna to watch their games, I'm not watching them. Unless
Well, maybe we
nationally
could get you the
televised.
Fire Stick and you can watch anything you want.
Listen, I got 2 Fire Sticks.
You shouldn't be paying for any of it.
I've got my cable package. I pay enough money to where I'm not paying no fucking extra money for no hometown team.
The Fire Stick I can get you. All you need is the internet and an extra $35 a month, and you can watch live
I know
fights,
how to
UFC.
unbreak a stick. I'm not crazy, man. I'm not doing that for my cable package. I pay too much money for it. They should have a deal. They should have a
slave
deal
to the cable company.
They should have a deal with Comcast to boom. They're the ones who got the issue with them, not me. So I'm not paying extra to go watch them, and I'm not going out of my way to watch them. If I see them on a nationally televised thing, so be it.
We need a White Sox expert. And the only way, you always tell me I'm not watching the game, so I'm disingenuous.
an expert, but I promise you this. If my cable company is BSing and the Sox don't have no agreement, that's what they're going to get from me. Because I'm not paying, I'm not doing nothing extra to watch their games for as much money as I pay for my cable service. I stand on it. And it would be the same thing if it happened to the Bears. I'd be on the same thing like, hey, I'm not paying no extra money. I'm not going out of my way to watch this.
There's always been free TV in Chicago.
Who?
The Bears.
Yeah, it's the same, but it's the same thing. If they said, hey, you got to go and hook up this other antenna to get the thing to, nah, bro. You guys hook up y'all deal with whoever is primarily in the city, and we watch it that way. But I'm not paying no extra money. I'm not going out of my way to do nothing extra for them. Hey, look, I'm shocked I made it this far in the NBA season, and I think I've seen the Bulls like once or twice when they were on a nationally televised game. Other than that, I haven't watched them all season. Yeah, I've done just fine. And I will say this, your boy Giddy, man, that dude be balling. He's like a triple-double. He is a triple-double, man. And when I say a triple-double, this dude be pulling in like 15 to 20 rebounds and getting like 11, 12 assists. So dude be balling. And I don't even be watching the games. But yeah, as far as me being the Sox expert, it all depends on how this cable stuff pan out. So we'll see. Otherwise, you can put me for the Cubs, and you could do the Sox.
Well, I'll watch the Sox since you have no interest in South Side team.
That's if they still on this garbage when the season starts.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to change the damn TV contract because you're not going to get the damn.
No, they do it all the time. They'll be like, hey, we're in negotiations for this, and we'll let you know if the thing's gonna be up and that. So if they're up and running like they normally do, fine, I'm the Sox. But if it ain't, I'm doing the Cubs.
Can you grade the offseason moves that the Bears have made so far?
So far, I will give them a B+. B+, and you gotta give Cole some credit.
You do.
You gotta give him some credit.
Ace don't trust him.
Because we throw the boo-boo at him when he's doing with bad decisions. So we gotta give him credit when what appears to be good decisions.
But is he just listening to Ben Johnson?
I don't think he's making any damn decisions.
Whoever he's listening to, but we're gonna give him the fall if it don't work out.
Well, that's a good point. He did hire. He made the Ben Johnson hire, so that's an A. He picked up Tooney. That's an A. And then he got the other guard, right? And they said he can move to the right because he's a natural left-handed person anyway. So, and then all we need is a center. And then hopefully Omingumbe can show some signs at the backup left tackle position. And then we bring in another veteran tackle. And then we should have a decent line, bro.
And I'll give a slight.
And re-sign Tevin Campbell.
A slight very slight credit to the president, McCaskey.
The president is Warren Colored.
No, I'm talking about the one who's over the Bears operations from the McCaskey family.
Yeah, that's Warren. McCaskey stepped down and gave it all to Warren.
No, but I'm saying he's the one in the family, because it's family owned, but he's the one who's in charge of the football, overseeing the football. So even though he's the one who can fire Warren, basically. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give him a little bit of credit, just a little, because at the end of the season, he was out there talking to fans and hearing the frustrations and hearing
He's always out there tailgating with the porn.
But he was really like more on TV than I've seen him. And he was like, hey, I'm listening to what people are saying and what they want. And I believe he was heavily in the decision making to bring old boy over here.
I mean, that's a good point. And firing Everpuss midseason, eating his contract, and then paying prime dollar for
bringing this guy. So I'm gonna give him just a little bit of credit, because
I mean, we gotta give credit where credit's due. We can't always just slam people when they do something well. We've definitely got to acknowledge that, bro.
But that's it for me, y'all. I'm out.
I appreciate you popping up, man. Free Justin Fields, bro.
Yeah, for sure. He can't. They shouldn't be doing him like that.
I'd offer him a tender right here in Chicago. Move off.
If he's willing to take less money, I don't get it. But
he's got to take what he can get.
Yeah, pretty. But you know what?
I'm on the phone. I'm calling him.
Is to just wait. That's the same way they say some of these quarterbacks. Just wait. This quarterback's gonna get hurt, all kinds of stuff,
and Seattle,
you're gonna be more valuable.
And Seattle might take Justin and then draft a quarterback. That way they don't have to deal with a rookie the first 2 years and just let Justin.
They're in dire need of a quarterback now that Geno Smith gone.
Yeah.
So just wait. Just keep watching how things pan out.
Personally, I'd rather have Justin Fields than Geno Smith. I know Ace has been bigger on Geno than me. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Justin than Geno. If I'm Pete Carroll, maybe not, because I know this guy, but you know.
They said they offered him $40 million and he wanted 45. So they moved off.
Who wanted 45? Oh,
Geno. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's man. He's sitting out there smoking stuff, and
that's his agent. He has an agent.
Yeah, that's where the stuff been legalized. He's been smoking too much.
Yeah,
nah, dude, you're not worth no 45, bro.
Yeah.
What did you say the tag is for quarterbacks, Ace?
Probably about 45.
No, it ain't. It's less than that, right?
For quarterbacks, it's got to be close to about $40 million.
It shouldn't be that much.
Go ahead, I'm pulling it up. What's the current franchise tag amount for quarterback?
Because wide receivers is $25 million.
Because it's an average.
Yeah.
It is 40.
40 million.
40.
It's 40 million. And this is an increase from 7. And then you got to remember the salary cap went up.
And he wanted 45.
But the salary cap went up.
Yeah. So he wanted 45.
Yeah.
Nah. Geno Smith is in the 30 million is around the range he's worth.
And that's what I was saying about certain guys. Just because you're a quarterback doesn't mean you deserve $40 million. You got to be one of those top tier quarterbacks, bro. The league, these owners have lost their minds, bro, and they're falling to the pressure. I don't know what they're doing.
He's in the second tier of quarterbacks. So
Kyler Murray, you're not getting $40 million. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
that's what I'm saying, bro. You know. That's what I'm saying. Now Sam Darnold is probably worth $40 million. Yeah, Sam.
Not even no, because he only had the one season, so that's an anomaly for him.
Drop dead gorgeous. Drop dead gorgeous.
Well, if you throw that in there, he might get another $1 million, but he ain't getting no 40.
He had an MVP caliber season, bro.
That's one season with the certain type of offensive setup with 2 All-Pro receivers. Right,
he was generational, #1 overall pick.
So yeah, but he was down and out in Beverly Hills before he got that shot again. So for me, he's in the same league as Geno Smith as far as dollars. 30 million range is what I would pay that guy.
And what me and Ace was saying, we could have kept Justin for $25 million a year. You'd have had that rookie contract for as long as you wanted.
I would have loved to keep him if we would have had a coach like the guy that's in Pittsburgh, their coordinator.
Let me tell you something.
I would love
Ben Johnson would have packages. Did you hear what he said about having a mobile quarterback? He said he's never had this pleasure before in his life.
I just don't know if he would have been able to be as accurate when he needed to throw in a Ben Johnson offense. Whereas the Arthur Smith with Pittsburgh,
Ben Johnson said he doesn't
him.
have an offense. That's what they were asking him. Are you bringing in these same packages? He's like, no, we got all different players. I'm building this from the ground up. That's what a good offense. We've been saying this on this channel.
Well,
forever.
we don't know. We don't know if he would have done that.
He said he would have.
But I mean, how would we would have got him when Fitz, he was already there? So we couldn't have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm looking at how the Bears could have moved to get that guy, put him with Fields, and move from there.
Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
And I can't believe the hey, like I said, Fields just need to wait and see where the cards fall, where they may. If he said he could take less money, what does that mean? You want to make 20, 25?
It means he'll take a team-friendly deal to be a starter, which me and Ace have been screaming from the top of the mountain.
If I'm somebody like him and you say, hey.
The Giants can sign him.
We'll give you 20, but we're going to guarantee you $20 million for like 3 years.
So you're saying condition.
Well, no. So if you give him lower to say, hey, man, we're not going to pay you 30 or 35.
Right.
I'm going to give you 20, but we're going to guarantee you 20 for each year that you're here.
This is what me and Ace were saying to all of the Caleb, to the generational guys. Because the point they kept making was, well, you got to pay Justin Fields $40 million. And me and Ace kept saying, no, you don't.
No, but at that time, he wasn't going to take that. You see what I'm saying? No, he wouldn't look. He wasn't, because he was still.
If nobody else is offering you
$40 million, in a system that was conducive for him, so in his eyes, he want more. The franchise was still more, right?
Would have been his fifth-year option.
Yes.
And playing for $15 million.
Yes.
Last year was 5. It'd have been 15.
So why didn't Pittsburgh give it to him his fifth-year option?
Pittsburgh denied his fifth-year option. Yes, they did.
And it was only going to be 15?
And he would have been our quarterback for $15 million.
Right.
And for Pittsburgh, right?
Right.
Same thing, 15.
We're not talking about Pittsburgh. We're talking about Chicago.
The Bears.
No. I'm saying that to say, so if he could.
So you're saying he's not worth $15 million?
If he's saying he'll take less and they wouldn't give him 15 for this year, which they could have just locked him in for 1 year at 15, right? That's something ain't right, bro. I don't get it.
But that's their decision. I'm saying when you have a player that's a fan favorite, he was basically
that's
the only
a
thing
bargain. I'm trying to understand what Tomlin and them are thinking. Like, even if let's say you don't even really want dude, right?
Correct.
For $15 million, even if he's not your starter,
this is what me and Ace was saying.
He's a valuable backup for the next. If you don't get nobody else, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying. Something's wrong. I don't understand.
Something's wrong, and that's why I don't understand either. I don't know what Justin did, man. They treating him like he's Donald Trump.
That's why I'm mad. That's why I'm
like he's Pookie from.
Wait a minute. His fifth-year option paid him 15. Yeah. That's it. 15. You couldn't keep him for that.
No, I don't think he had another year on his contract. When was Justin drafted?
His contract was $5 million last year. I think his fifth year was $25 million. So it'd have been $30 million for the 2 seasons between last year and this year if the Bears would have picked up his option or Pittsburgh would have picked up his option. So it'd have been $15 million per year.
So it would have been an extra like 10 last year.
No. It was $5 million last year is what he paid for. He'd have made $25 million this year.
Oh, so it's 25. So that's different.
So he was drafted in 2021. So what's that? 22, 23, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, you're right. This would be his fifth
option. Yeah. So now at 25,
that's still
shit. It's still almost a deal because he can. Now I get it. You don't want to pay no backup, no $25 million to be your backup, right? Because backups is usually
correct
10, 15 million.
But he could be your bargain. quarterback on a prove it year or two while you're developing one of these hot shot rookies, you know what I mean, and letting them earn their way, and then they could be learning from him. Like that's all we were saying. The Bears, I'm not against what we did, bro. I'm just saying the Bears would have been in the playoffs last season, bro. And we'd be in the playoffs this season too. And we would have been, bro. If we'd have taken the haul and just stayed the course, we would have been, bro.
We probably could have. We probably would have been in the playoffs because the line would have been different. Yeah. And again, only if we had a different
OC. Yes, you couldn't have brought in this Jack.
Anybody else that want to pass and shit, it wouldn't work out with Fields like that.
Correct.
It would have had to been a different coordinator.
Fields went 4-2 with a good head coach.
Is he like being blackballed out the league?
That's what I don't. That's what me and Ace has been asking. What did he do? Because I'm not saying he's the best quarterback. That's some
puzzling shit.
It's bewildering, and he's a good kid. He doesn't have any off the field issues, bro.
No, he ain't. Nobody's ever questioned as far as him off the field.
His work ethic, nothing.
None of that.
And it's like the national media, the local media, all they do is take shots at this man. And I guarantee you, if he was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, he would not be taking this heat. I don't care what nobody.
What I don't like is, like, even the guys on ESPN, when they were talking about him, do you hear how they kept saying, yeah, give Justin Fields some more time to learn. Give him time to learn? Like, what the fuck do you mean? He's fucking 5th year in the league. What do you mean learn? Put him with somebody who
put some stuff around him. Yes.
And let him play. I don't like you keep saying like, yeah, as if like just push him to the side. Yeah, we'll push him back there. You can bring in so and so.
I think Diesel's saying there's some undertones. This is his clone. This is DJ. Diesel, I never knew you had an identical twin brother.
Yeah, I don't fucking get that, man. It's like they're doing something. Yeah. If you watch them talk all the time, they'll be like, yeah, give them another year to learn, give them a chance to be under another this or that. No, let them fucking
play. Yeah. Yes. And bro, he was voted top 100 players the season before we moved. He was voted top 100 by the players, bro. Yeah. By the players, bro.
Nobody's talking about
the best, and I said this when he was with the Bears. He's the best running quarterback in the league.
Listen,
so how can you not figure out a way to
every Steeler fan I meet, whether they're pink, copper colored, black, they say Justin Fields. Yes, almost yes. When I talk to
like
casual
when he was here with us, except the problem is they got the coordinator that we should have had when he was here. So there's no excuses there. Let that man play there. Let him start. Give him a chance to start for the season as your starter.
I'm gonna dig into what Tomlin's doing, and maybe they're being smart as an organization and they're negotiating the price. Maybe they're maybe they're playing hardball, negotiating the price, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe they're being smart instead of throwing money at him like he's Mitch Trubisky.
Again,
you know what I mean?
If I'm Pittsburgh and he say he'll take less, right? I'm telling him, look, dude, we're gonna guarantee you like the first 3 years at this amount. If he wants 4 years, or can be an option for the Steelers or whatever,
front load the contract. Front load it.
It's going to be guaranteed because you're getting him at a discount.
Yes.
Right? And even if he goes to being your backup in year 2 or 3,
you front loaded the money. And you front loaded the money with the guarantees, and you can move off of them whenever you want to. If you get another quarterback that's floating your boat.
Yeah, because you could get a rookie quarterback. Let's say in year 3 you don't like him no more. You could draft a rookie. You're only paying him what you guaranteed him for these years, and it ain't gonna hurt you because the rookie will be under a rookie contract. Right. It's like, I don't get it. I don't. There's something going on. Something is going on.
He did something. It's something we don't know, Ace.
Daughter or mother or agent. I don't know.
Flipped off the commissioner or something, man. You know, like ESPN. Usually they'll bring a guy in. Do you know what I mean? They don't even like bring him in and let him tell his side of everything either, bro. Like, you know,
who's the fucking insider for the Steelers? You know how ESPN puts an insider for each main sports franchise?
Courtney Cronin. She the one ran JF1 out of here.
I can't. Well,
she ran JF, and he's generation. And we got to move off in that rookie deal, and we got to move off of him, and we got to win on a rookie contract. Go ahead.
Because you like a pretender. When they bring in those people to watch your team, it's like, oh, something that happened all of a sudden makes them want to pay attention to your team, right? Unlike somebody like the Cowboys, they always got a person watching your team, right? So now, because we had the #1 pick in the draft, now you want to send somebody to watch our team all the time? No,
She
I
got
don't want to hear nothing you
promoted.
got to. I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
She got promoted, and that other dude got promoted and went
And
national after they ran JF1 out of town and created
Did
that
you hear your
narrative.
boy on not Get Up? What's the one that come on before that? This pretty good show with Canty.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
What's
Canty
it
hates black quarterbacks. I don't know the name of it.
No, he. Hey, look, he went. He said that he's like, look, I get it, Bears fans. I don't take it personal because y'all always bashing Caleb Williams and the Bears and all of that and shit. So people been giving them shit like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
But if you remember him, he was bashing Justin and saying we need to move off of him and get Caleb. But go ahead.
He's just a regular basher, right? So I be wanting to go in on this dude and the chick that sits, what's her name? Smallman, Michelle Small. Now, initially, I was like, she's even-minded, right? Till I start hearing her on her takes on certain things, I was like, you know what? She's starting to bring me she's coming off as a low-key Packers fan. And that's what the fuck she was, even though she went to U of I. She went to Illinois.
Oh, she's one of them.
But she's from St. Louis.
Yeah.
So it's only because of proximity that she went there.
Big ups to Chief for lying that way. Go ahead.
Yeah, because so I'm like, man, if I could, sometimes I be wanting to call in the morning when they take calls and shit from people. And I'm like, what the hell is I was like, we don't want you in Chicago no more. You sold us out. You was low-key a Packers fan all of this time. The only connection you got with Chicago is because you went to U of I. And you was false flagging in because you really from the loop. So it's like, oh, man. I'm like, man, her and Canty, you got to hear some of Canty's takes, bro.
Man, I've heard, man, yes, I know, bro. And then he came out there, he's attacking, and I said this, Diesel. I said, our new rookie quarterback, they're going to do him the same way they did Justin. Canty is the perfect example of it. He's holding the ball too long, and he's getting the sacks, and Jaden Daniels is the best. He's full of afterwits, bro, and he can't look at the whole thing that everybody else is saying. Well, that line was crap. You know, there's balance to it. Just like you said, it's both. It's the quarterback's fault and the line. He won't say stuff like that, and it's disingenuous because he played the game.
Yeah,
so now he's saying Chicago fans are just making excuses for Caleb Williams and the local media.
And this is what really kills me, because it's this day and age with social media and everything is like right now. If you look at the history of the league with rookie quarterbacks, man, I mean, some of the best, they just weren't good as rookies for whatever reason. Man, they may not have got it till 2-3 seasons in.
Do you know that before Elway, there were no quarterbacks being drafted #1 overall? Do you know that when we came up watching football, quarterback was rarely drafted in the first round? And now these pink people have turned it around to that this is the greatest position and the hardest position to play in sports. Yes, it is. And that's why they're not drafted so highly. You know, so you take dogs and then you can plug in somebody and then you'll find somebody who's good in your system and who's going to win you games, and they could become a Joe Montana. Do you know what I'm saying? You could become a Tom Brady. But they've switched it all the way around that we got to get some kid who's played 2 seasons in college at North Carolina, move up the draft for him, and think he's going to throw the ball around 35 times a game, and you got a horrible offensive line, a terrible defense, no receivers. Bro, they have changed it to getting a quarterback is your most important thing, but you're building it backwards, bro. The quarterback is the ornament on the hood of your car. It is not the engine.
What do we always say? Well, especially when y'all ask me, I'll say, you can win the Super Bowl with a B-list quarterback. You just have to have a top 5 to 10 defense and a top 5 special team.
Well, this is what we've been saying. Look at Jalen Hurts. We've been saying that, but these same people were saying that Hurts couldn't win, and he was MVP of 2 Super Bowls. He could have been one of them. Correct.
You can win.
That's all he does is win football games.
He's like a B. He's a B to me.
If anybody who thinks I'm racist, I said the same thing about Tim Tebow. Go ahead.
He's like a B-list quarterback. Jalen Hurts. But if you put a top 5 to 10 defense around him and a top 5 special teams, and they special teams really wasn't even top 5 because special teams then got changed since the way they do the kickoffs now.
Yeah,
But
they
so
ruined the
really,
game.
it lies on your place kicker. And your place kicker, he fell off at the end of the year. He used to be money. He's not no more. And they still won the Super Bowl with dude. So it really takes, you can win the Super Bowl. Go to the Bears proved that with Lovey. When we went with him.
With Ditka.
Now, the one thing I didn't say when we were talking about a B-list quarterback, is you got to have a good running game too. If you got a B-list,
hold it. Then the B-list quarterback's got to be a dog. So you can have B-list talent, but you got to have A-list dog. Everybody in that locker room's got to respect you. You got to be a mailman there. You can't be a female cat. They're gonna sniff it out in the locker room, bro. And that comes with time. And that's why back in the day, they didn't draft quarterback. Can you imagine a Caleb Williams coming in there on the '83 Bears and made him a captain ace?
Oh my gosh.
wasn't gonna happen.
He's in there painting his fingernails.
They would have tied him up with duct tape, put his ass right in a bowl of ice, and then put him on the 50-yard line and set him there for a few hours.
A team with Walter Payton on there and
Jimbo Covert, Richard Dent.
Yeah, you're gonna bring this kid in and make him a damn captain.
No, not gonna happen. Not
off the street.
That's this day and age.
Because you drafted him #1 overall, you got to give him you don't make him earn it, man. But yeah, this is a great combo. Go ahead and wrap up your final words, Diesel, and I'm gonna throw it to Ace.
Man, now that we kept talking, man, I'm gonna try to see what I can find. Like, what the fuck is up with these teams and Justin Fields?
The media too.
That it's something going on. We don't know what it is.
Want to justify their narrative.
Yeah. I gotta dig deeper to see what's really going on. And my boy, he gets in the chat every blue moon, but he's a diehard Steelers fan.
Okay, as not perfect as Justin Fields is, you can't name 32 quarterbacks that you'd rather have starting before him. That's all I'm saying. And I challenge anybody to do that.
Listen, Justin is a B-list quarterback. Jalen Hurts.
And most quarterbacks are B-list.
B-list quarterback. And now, the B-list, you can win with them B-list quarterbacks.
You got to have an A-list roster.
You got to give them a chance to develop. The key thing with a B-list quarterback is offensive line, running game to go with it.
Offensive coordinator.
Coordinator, to the scheme to go with it. But you can win with it. And to me, Pittsburgh already have a real good setup for somebody like that. So I'm just baffled by it, and I'm gonna look into it more to see if I can get some answers. It just doesn't make any sense.
Why they wouldn't sign him and then draft a rookie and get out of quarterback hell while the rookie develops instead of like Pittsburgh drafts these rookies because they win enough games where they can never draft high. So they're not. So if they don't move up, they can draft one of these lower tier quarterbacks like they've been doing. Give him 2 years to develop while Justin's playing and taking all the hits. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you're still winning. You still went over 500. And then if that quarterback becomes what he is, you move off Justin. No problem. This has been done for white quarterbacks for years, bro. I've watched it.
Yeah, man. It's real strange. I'm gonna do something, but I'm gonna look up like how many African Americans started last year. We didn't really bring that up, like how many of them actually started.
Started versus how many of them got to the playoffs and won Super Bowls. You're right, because there's a lower percentage of us starting, but there's a higher percentage of us actually getting to the playoffs. But they ain't talking about that.
Yeah, and I mean, think about the NFC. Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts.
CJ Stroud, he got to the playoffs.
AFC, CJ Stroud, Mahomes.
Yeah.
But it's still that perception there.
Yes.
Of
the undertone.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Like, hey man, it's like I hear them giving
he's playing hero ball.
I hear them giving more props to
Allen.
Bo Nix.
No. Listen to
Bo
this.
Nix.
Oh, they want to anoint him just off the bat.
But go ahead with your take, my bad.
But you hear them giving, and I'm not saying these guys aren't deserving, like Stafford, and but if you hear these guys talking about Stafford on TV, man, it's like, man, this dude is just the
walking
bomb.
on water, walking
Like-
on water.
Like, what do you?
Hold it. And when Stafford was losing in Detroit, it was all the team's fault and the organization's fault.
Yeah, and what's the other? And Joe Burrow, they keep like Burrow. Oh my God, Burrow. Oh my God. Oh, it wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault. And now there's a few media guys who be like, no, it was Burrow's fault. Because every year you starting off 0-2, 0-3, or 1-3, that you end up not making the playoffs. And the only thing you got to fall back on is, oh, you beat Mahomes in the playoffs one time.
That's a heck of a thought experiment if you plugged in Justin in Burrow's position and put Burrow on the Bears and seen how that would have panned out.
Yeah, take it. Because
Burrow
then you
had
got
talent on a.
Oh my God, you got Chase, Higgins, and then he did have Boyd until last year. He had Chase, Higgins, Boyd, and then he had the tight ends too, and the running backs. Remember, he had Mixon.
But what's the drop there, Gorge? Jacksonville's quarterback would be a better example. Drafted the same year too.
Trevor Lawrence.
And you see, they don't talk about him like they talk about Justin. And same thing with the dude, the Giants quarterback, Danny Dimes, got all that money and they didn't pay Saquon. And all that whole year they should have been talking about Danny Dimes. They were talking about Justin.
What your boy Trevor is guaranteed. He got like 250.
Yeah.
Like he's almost guaranteed like Watson.
And nothing's ever his fault.
Never.
They moved off his needle a bit though. Since he went to that playoffs and brought them back in that playoff game. The past year or two now, they're starting to not like talk about him like they used to. Plus,
correct, he was supposed to have been the next Elway. He was generational. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Colors don't get away with that. We can't watch what happens if Caleb don't turn out to be generational. Watch what they're gonna start digging in his personal life.
No, I mean look at your boy Fields. I mean, he can't even get nobody to give him a chance to be the starter for a whole year under a system that's good for him, to give him a chance to get a good contract.
Yeah, because he's able to lead the league in rushing. I mean, as a quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah. It's something in the water.
This is all we've been saying. We just don't understand it, bro. But they're not like that with every color quarterback.
No,
it's just
they don't get the benefits of that. And you know what? As we keep talking about this, it kind of make me. For Geno Smith, what you said, he wanted 40 or something like that.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think he's worth it, I don't blame him for.
But
being
that's his point.
No, give me.
He about to watch Mr. Irrelevant Purdy get $45 million. Yeah. He about to watch that.
That's why I'm saying, like, you know what? I don't blame him for saying, "Give me this."
They put our the color quarterbacks just like the coaches. They try to put us in bad situations, and then they can move off of us. So then once the situation is good, they'll move off Geno. So you can't be in the San Fran team. The last thing we need is a shiny pink quarterback. So then they'll bring in somebody and pay them all the money and give them all the praise for it. This is
what about Metcalf? He's on the he requests to be traded.
Yeah.
DK.
Yeah.
He can fit right in here, and we got cap space.
Put Geno on that San Fran team. They win just as many games as they've been winning the past 2 seasons. Period.
I think you got a good point because he been slinging for some yards while he was in Seattle the past few years. He's been throwing for yards.
Correct. And if he'd had that offensive coordinator and that kind of talent around him, and that's what they don't want. Whenever they knew Justin was about to be in a good position to shatter all their narratives, so they had to tear that down, bro. They used to be on Jackson like that. But he made it nearly impossible.
They can't. You can't because he can throw now. He can. You don't question.
Man, he could throw.
Throwing.
He was throwing that ball in college. Bro.
You can't. I mean, it just wasn't as consistent as he is now. And his. Well,
nobody's is though. He's been a pro for 5 years now.
His motions kind of changed too. So what you used to doubt about him in regards to throwing the ball, that's not a doubt anymore. That's not a doubt. I'm kind of shocked though that they haven't even got to a Super Bowl with him yet though.
If you
That's a little bit
have to
shocking.
throw the ball for 350 yards a game, you're probably not going to be a great football team. That's why KC, with potentially the greatest quarterback ever, switched to be a defensive-minded running game team, and that way you can just rely on your dog quarterback late in the fourth quarter. Whenever Brady won, it was when they had defense and running game around them and an offensive line. I mean,
And
bottom line, bro.
KC, I'll tell you this right now.
Manning, same
If
thing,
they
bro.
don't get a running back,
Elway, same thing, bro.
their running game in the playoffs is what basically kind of hurt them. Their inability to run the ball. KC.
Yeah, they didn't even try.
3 runs in the first half, damn near for the whole game.
I'm telling you, that was Nagy, man. Nagy drew up that game plan. I'm 100% sure they here. You could do it, Nagy.
You can do it. This is your chance.
They need a running back because although I think Hunt is a solid backup.
Yeah, but
his
legs.
career.
Yeah, exactly. He don't want them hits no more.
Yeah, like I said, at this stage of his career, he's a solid backup. But you need a starting running back that can produce, put fear in defense where they respect.
Well, they say that's what they're looking for, a shiny new toy at running back, and that would really help your quarterback too. Take that pressure off.
Take the pressure off where you don't have to do as much, man. We used to see it when we was playing Green Bay. Nobody ever talk about was Rodgers, but now half the time he's doing them sweeps.
Man, they had great running games. Same thing when they had Brent Favre. Yeah,
all them good running backs.
And
Amon
defense.
Green and
all receivers
them
around them, tight ends. Exactly, bro. Exactly, bro. Like, they put us in bad situations, and it's almost like it's like life. We have to take it. We're going to take this job. We need the money. We need the opportunity, whatever. But as soon as things get to a point, all right, we're bringing in our guy and we're moving off of you. Thanks for your help and everything like that.
When
Good
the
luck.
Ravens used to play the Colts with Manning. You know what Ray Lewis used to tell them? He was like, man, I don't know what you guys be watching, but he's like, every time we watch the tape, y'all say Manning, Manning, Manning. He's like, man, 32, that running back. That's the key to their. He talking about Edwin James. He was like, we watched the tape. That dude is the key to their offense. He's like, everything they do is based off of him. They famous.
And they don't even mention his name anymore.
Man,
I haven't heard national media mention his name, and nobody mentioned his name until you just said it.
The sweeps and the handoff plays that Peyton Manning used to do to him, them were the exact same. And I'm Ray Lewis. I'm telling this from him in an interview. He's like, they would run the same plays, but they fake it. Sometimes they fake it. Sometimes they pass it. But you didn't know. And because the running back was dynamic, you had to respect it. Yeah. So he's like, I don't know what you guys be watching. He's like,
and you had a Marvin Lewis, and you had a defensive genius at the helm coaching.
Yeah. And you couldn't. It was hard. It was hard to stop him. Hard to stop him. But that just goes to show you all these good teams that had them passing games, they had great running games. There's very few teams that just threw the ball crazy, but had and it was
you can't
just
win like that. You're playing in wintertime out there.
No, it only gets you so far. A la Dan Marino. He didn't really have no running game when he was in his prime. They just threw the ball, but it only gets you so far.
Because then in the playoffs, it's wintertime, and you're trying to throw the ball around 40 times a game.
I think what did Marino make it to? 1 Super Bowl?
Yeah, big ups for Marino, though. He was a dog.
Yeah, he just 1 Super Bowl. You would think that greater quarterback and
no, he didn't win any. Marino never won
one.
He
got to one.
Yeah,
but they never. The year that we won, the Patriots beat them in the damn AFC Championship.
Yeah,
with Steve Grogan as the quarterback.
Thank God too, because Marino was the one team that beat us. He sliced us up on national TV.
We wanted them. We was gonna get them.
Yeah, but
Singletary and them was they wanted to play them so bad.
Yeah, I was glad we beat the brakes off.
So bad. No,
greatest Super Bowl.
They was going to do to them what they did to the 49ers when the 49ers knocked them out the playoffs.
Man, Marino was getting that ball out quick. He was carving them up.
Yeah, but they had something for. They didn't have. Remember, Jim McMahon didn't start at quarterback that game.
I guess that could hurt the momentum. Yeah, that could hurt the momentum. Yeah.
So it's like. They was like, please give us Miami for the Super Bowl. Yeah. And they wasn't good enough. Like I say, they couldn't. They
didn't have no defense.
Yeah. and you just relying on the pass. So even when you're scoring, it's quick, right? So the other team can still get the ball. They can run the ball. They can weigh on your defense. All of that stuff. So yeah, it's just look at them autumn years of Marino in his prime with Duper and Clayton. I mean, they wasn't even getting to the AFC Championship every year. No, they weren't. So that just goes to show you, like, hey, you
And they had a
still
great
gotta be able
coach,
to-
man, Don Shula.
Shula, yes. You got to be able to run the ball too. Because when you want to clock control and things of that nature, especially if your defense ain't that good, hey, we can run some time. Run some time. Let our defense rest.
Yeah, we are gonna dig into that further though, bro, because it's the curious case of JF1. I mean, all through all the different sports channels, they just take shots at him like he's been the worst quarterback to ever. He's not the worst I've seen do it. I want to say that.
No, he's definitely not, and he's definitely a guy to excel in a system that's built for him.
Yeah, he'll do all right.
Why they don't now? He's in the perfect situation for someone to get him and put him in that situation, and nobody's coming to try to get him. It's just weird. It's just real weird. Everybody needing these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
People releasing or not signing these guys. If you got a good defense or something, or good running game, why wouldn't you try to get him?
He hasn't had any major injuries, like structural injuries.
Nothing major that's gonna prohibit him. I don't think he missed a game last year.
No.
When he didn't play, it's just because they didn't play him. So
And quiet as kept, the locker room wanted him to stay at QB, bro.
they did. And
And
I don't
our
blame
Bears
them.
team, bro.
I don't blame him.
Teams in New York didn't need him. Both teams in New York need him.
Who? Let's see. Which one in New York? I would say
He'd be better than Danny
the
Dimes,
Jets.
which me and Ace
I'd
was
say the
suggesting.
Jets are a better fit for him.
Yeah,
Because
they
the Jets got
wanted
a
him.
defense. They just need a defensive coordinator again. Because once they let that head coach, who was the D coordinator guy, once they let him go, their defense went to crap. But the same players are still there.
Well, they
So-
wanted him because they drafted that quarterback number 2 same year as Justin. He didn't pan out. So they wanted Justin, bro. The Jets.
Yeah,
so they might have
make
interest.
a lot of sense there. And you wouldn't have to pay him all of that. Wouldn't have to spend your first round pick on a quarterback.
He's played in weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's a good. I wouldn't say the Giants because the Giants is no.
It's a black hole
The Jets got a good running back
and a good defense.
and a good defense. They do got receive. Oh boy, is a free agent though. I think Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Because Rodgers left.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pay him.
$36 million.
Yeah, no, you're not giving. He's not that good no more.
He is, but I'm not paying a receiver.
No, he's good, but he ain't 36 million good.
Again,
He's like
yeah.
20 million.
Had they won back-to-back Super Bowls or something, we might be talking. You know what I mean? And he was MVP.
He's a little more injury prone too now.
Correct.
He's getting hurt. So
That's why they
he's
ain't
in
won
that-
back-to-back Super Bowls. Jerry Rice was on the field every game.
Yeah, Rice was a he was a
Michael
dog
Irvin
in
was on.
terms of
Yes.
terms of
Durability.
playing. Yeah, longevity. He didn't get hurt that much.
Booker shows a hell of a drill.
Torrey said Adams was cut. Which Adams he talking about?
Devontae, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Devontae Adams.
See, they released him. So had we not drafted this rookie last year, receiver, we could be signing a Devontae Adams to put out there.
Nah, they wouldn't sign.
Nah, again, he's over. He gonna want too much money.
They said he signed with LA.
The Rams or the
Yeah. Well, the Rams or the Chargers, Torrey. But see, wow.
If he's with the Rams,
Ooh-wee.
hey, Stafford slinging to him.
I think it's to the Rams
gone
because they moved off of
Cup.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Ooh. Because they want Stafford to go out. Yeah, he said Rams. They want Stafford and McVay. The league is fixed. They want Stafford and McVay. That's what I'm saying. They want Stafford and McVay to look good.
And they got that other, not rookie receiver, but second-year receiver.
Yeah, the Samoan.
Yeah, making cheap money.
Kanoa,
Yeah.
Cooper Kaboa or Kanoa, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's a
that
beast,
dude's
bro.
a beast. He just played. He played too hard because he get hurt by self-inflicted stuff.
But he got hurt, and they expected him out almost the whole season. He came back
And he
after like
came
3
back.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he tough. Don't get me wrong, he tough, but he's
He's those
suicidal.
Samoans, but you just got to keep him away from that alcohol. Go ahead with go ahead with that. Go ahead with your final words, bro. Producers,
Oh, I'm done, man. I'm out, man. Y'all can hit y'all.
Final word you to death.
All right, bro. Peace and blessings, man. Be blessed out there in the Windy City.
All right, I'll holler.
Yeah, 1 million. All right, Ace. Give us your final words out there.
Yeah, my final words. We were talking about the Chiefs, and they're a product of their own success as far as the cap is concerned. We were able to get their left guard out of them because of they had to sign Trey Smith at the guard position and franchise tag him at $25 million. So yes, you have a good team. You went to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. You won 2 of them. You won 4 or 5 of them in the history of your young quarterback. But the salary cap is going to catch up with you. You got to pay your quarterback. You got to pay your tight end. You got to pay these linemen, and the Bears were in a perfect position to build the team, but they got arrogant. They got arrogant pretty quickly in a draft with a first-time general manager, and we got arrogant and drafted a punter. We had a chance to go after the Hall.
Generational punter, buddy. He was our MVP last season.
And kiss my grits as far as that crap is concerned. Yeah, he would have been available in the 5th round or 6th round. He might have been undrafted, or we could have made some other moves. But we did make another move. We got Booker in the 5th round by making a move. So we could have got him in the 5th round, and we could have got another player in the 4th round. We could have got a offensive lineman in the 3rd round that wasn't hurt, and that was a project when we know we needed an offensive lineman. So
Yeah, but he was on a red shirt year. That's why they used such high draft capital on him. They knew he was a red shirt.
You can't do that when you need offensive linemen to play right away.
And you got a generational quarterback and already had a questionable left tackle in the first place.
Right, and a questionable guard and a questionable left guard, and you had a guy you paid $30 million to the season before, and he hasn't played a damn game for
And you had a rookie quarterback who was holding the ball in college.
Yeah. So, the same thing you're putting on Justin, we could have fixed some of that allegedly in the draft last year. We could have had draft capital for this year, and we could have made the playoffs. And still, it's terrible to say, but we had the blueprint here in Chicago from the beginning, from Jim Finks and the '85 Bears. You build your team up through the trenches. You already had, your running game with David Montgomery. You had your running game with Justin Fields. And if we could have kept building the trenches on both sides of the ball and still had draft capital going into this year and next year by trading that number 1 pick again, then you're not in a situation where you missed a whole season by losing all. Because I've got no time for weakness. Only the teacher speaks this.
You said blueprint.
That gains no respect, which money can't buy you yet. But I don't care, because Boogie Down Productions has both the most.
That's the original blueprint for any kids out there. You probably think it was Jay-Z or somebody else did not. Somebody else did blueprint, but no, it was KRS-One. But go ahead, there, Phil.
Yeah, but Jim Finks had the damn blueprint, and we got rid of him once we got good and won a Super Bowl and got smart and arrogant and got rid of the Honey Bears. But we needed to stick with the blueprint, keep building the offense, keep building defensive lines, And then
Mama McCaskey got rid of the honey bears because she was sleeping probably with some of her brothers and her husband or something. I don't know, but she got rid of them and said over her dead body will they return. Rest her soul. Maybe we can get the honey bears back.
maybe we can get them back this year and break the honey bear curse that we've had here since 1985 for the last 40 years of not being able to win a Super Bowl here in Chicago. I don't know if the
We should call our female bear fans honey bears. We missed the boat on that.
maybe that would be the next post. Should the female Bears fans be honey bears? Should the honey bears continue to be castigated by the McCaskey family, or should they sell the team and bring the honey bears back and let's win a Super Bowl?
Something happened, man. They probably had some some misogyny or something going on, bro. You know what I mean? And she wanted to clean that up before it went national.
Yeah, it was some going on. Probably the players, or like you said, the family, coaching, and yeah. So we'll see what happens in the near future. Now,
What's your grade on the Bears offseason moves? And I know you're probably not crediting polls for any of it.
No, I give them a B, and I'm crediting the takeover of the general manager position by the president of the team, Kevin Warren, and the new head coach that I don't think was chosen by polls either, for putting us in a position to have a coach and a coaching staff that maybe can guide this team to winning some damn games. So
every year we come in giving them an A on the offseason.
No, it's definitely a B.
All right.
So I give them a B for the moves that they made so far, especially with the bringing in an all-pro left guard, a Pro Bowl, previously Pro Bowl right guard. If we can go ahead and get this center from Atlanta or where in the draft and do what we can to shore up the defensive line at 3 technique and edge, hey, we got a chance of doing some things next year. We're still under the salary cap. We got room under the cap to get some players. We still need a running back. We still need a tight end. Yeah, there's a chance that we can trade Cole Kmet out of here and make some things happen.
Oh, there's cut commit talk, which started here. They're talking about all the salary cap money they can free up. I don't think Ben Johnson's a commit guy.
No, I'm not a commit guy either. Shit. Get him out of here. If Caleb doesn't want to throw to him, it's got to be some kind of damn reason. Maybe because he's the company plant.
You remember Justin didn't like throwing to him either. He didn't trust him.
He didn't trust him. We shouldn't trust him because he didn't block. And our coach has come in and thrown down the gauntlet. No block, no ball. So if you don't block, you don't get the ball.
They signed a tight end too, bro. That used to play for Ben Johnson. They say he blocks.
Oh, well, yeah. That's what we need, somebody to play the damn position. Block. He said the wide receivers got to block. Definitely the running backs got to block. If you don't block, you shouldn't be out there.
That's right. That's effort.
And you can only teach effort through coaching, training, and developing.
And accountability. If you don't do it, you're not on the field.
You got to go. This is a new regime. This is a new coaching staff. You got to go. We got to get the 3 technique in. We got to get the edge rushers in. We supposedly have a pretty great secondary. If you're putting some pressure on a damn quarterback, it makes it easy on your secondary to A, turn the ball over, and B, get interceptions. So I'm just looking forward to some other moves being made. Keep building in the trenches so we can attack their quarterback and protect our quarterback. And I think everything will work out from there.
Last question. How many victories, W's, do you need to see for Ryan Poles to keep his job if you're Kevin Warren?
He's got to make the playoffs.
Oh, okay. So it's not W related. He can win 9 games and not make the playoffs. You're still moving off of him.
Yeah, because the moves are rudimentary moves that I think any GM could have made, and I'm still believing that Kevin Warren's behind the moves that were made to get the players in we got now. So this playoffs a bust for this guy. And you brought in a brand new head coach and you're paying him $13 million. So
And I'm still paying the other guy you doubled down on.
yeah, you know you allegedly thought you should have fired last year, but you didn't do it. And you didn't go 10 toes down on it. You just said that after, he got fired in the middle of the next season. So I'm playoffs a bust.
That's fair, man. That's fair. How many wins do you think they're gonna get? I got to keep his job, bro. Poles got to get 10 wins, and then yeah, I'll just go with that. So great final words. As we draw the curtain on today's exploration, it's fascinating to see, the moves the Bears have made, and I'm looking forward to seeing, this free agency, and then what we do in the draft. So, excited about the new coach. It's addition by subtraction. Detroit should be a step lower than they were offensively, at least, and we should be a step higher. Eberflus is gone. That should add another, 3 wins. So, yeah, we should definitely. My prediction is 9 wins. I'm going to stay there right now until I see what happens. If we get a solid center, solid 3-tech, I'm talking about dogs. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, they're players, but they're soft. A solid center, a solid 3-tech, and like Ace said, somebody on the edge, a dog. Then I can see us winning 10 games, maybe 11. So that's what I'm on. So thank y'all for taking this journey with us through all the highs and the lows in sports and Spolly tricks. Remember, it's through these deep dives and open conversations that we can truly appreciate the layers of these games and our nation. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, stay passionate about the stories that shape our world. We appreciate your support and your enthusiasm for our pod. If you have any more questions or need further information, feel free to reach out to either of us. Stay tuned, stay passionate, bear down, and as always, Ace. I think he was on mute, but I'll say it.
FGB.
That's right. F Green Bay Packers. F Green Bay Packers. Next week on the Self Love Show, next week being Tuesday, we're going to be live with the brain bully, Mr. McVeigh, a.k.a. Emerge, is in the building. We're starting to explore consciousness there, fella. Yeah, we're pivoting. Yeah, the brain bully, he's a hypnotist. And he's coming back, but we're going to be, tapping into the elusive human consciousness on the pod. We're pivoting a bit.
Yeah, I remember seeing him before with his hypnotist.
Yeah, you remember him from around the way, over there on the half block.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and next week, y'all, we'll get back on Mouthpiece Included. We'll run through the national anthems because I think that's important. We got some good stuff on that, talking about like the original version of the song, parts that's been cut out. So, yeah, we're looking to unpack that song of unity, allegedly.
Yeah, we'll see who comes on talking about the parts that have been cut out. They don't have that on Fox News.
Nope. Man, I wonder, man, it'd be dope if somebody came out there and started singing those, bro. Just singing it. Boy.
NAGA supporter.
And their heads will blow up, bro. All right, let me see. Karen, we gotta get the music. Play us off of here. Where is it?
We have a butt. We have a butt. Cool weekends in the morning. 97.1 FM. Cool weekends in the morning with Weenie in the butt. WQHG 97.1.
All right, y'all. You find yourself sliding on the West Coast.
Mouthpiece included.
Florence and Normandy.
TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN.
Ain't that where dude got messed up out there? He jumped off the truck in the middle of a riot. Hey, you guys, why don't you move out of the way? You're blocking the street. I'm trying to get my truck through. Yeah. Why don't you get a job? Got out there. He didn't deserve what he got. You know, spanning that privilege during a riot. Not smart, y'all. But you might be in Chicago, out west, which according to the Chicago flag, the west side of Chicago is the biggest side of Chicago. So there's something wrong with how we're parsing up the city, obviously. What'd you say, fella? Yeah. How can the west side? So, well, you know, then we didn't divide it equally or something. But anyway, you might be on Narragansett, up north. You might be sliding down Stony Island. You better guard your grill. Knuckle up. Check your blind spot. Check your six. Watch your back. Keep your head on a swivel. And don't forget to. And don't forget to.
Guard your grill.
And don't forget to bring your